Welcome back to Late Night with Mothman. Tonight's guest he's the man behind the 36-hour Toys for Tots Punk-A-Thon. Please welcome at this time, live via telephone, Punk with Toys. Yeah. Well, it's great to see you. It's great to have you on the show. How you doing today? I thought I was told you to stop Collins Maze. Lawrence, I thought you just meant for that day. I thought maybe you had the grumble dust or something, just need a little bit of privacy. But, you're here now, so most people think that your personality is 50% G.I. Joe action figures and 50% falling off a skateboard. But you've done this great thing with the Punk-A-Thon, and now it's 2 years running, and you're making all this money to donate to the kids, and that's awesome. I mean, listen to all these phones going off from our call center, Lawrence. Phones have been ringing off the hook all night. Was it? Where's Tony's Figs at? Tony's Figs said he was gonna come answer some of these phone calls for us. Baseman. Put one of them phone calls through. Hi, caller. You're on Late Night with Mothman with special guest of Punk with Toys.
I'm on the air.
Yeah, you're live. So,
Punk, I just want to say, man, I love your channel. It's got me through some real hard times. Man, I agree with everything you say about Ohio, too. It probably should be turned into a parking lot. Go blue, am I right? But I gotta say, I don't really like when those Boss Man skits come on. His little beady eyes kind of give me the willies. And
okay. Thank you, caller. Thank you. So, Lawrence, I know you're really busy, so we're gonna let you get back to your 36-hour stream-a-thon. But thanks for joining us. And is there anything you want to say before we go, Lawrence? Hello. Oh, I think we got disconnected. Oh, he hung up. Well, I guess we still got a whole bunch of more exciting shows going on tonight through the 36-hour stream, so you can catch people like Allison Troy and Toy Connections and Bees Battlegrounds and all sorts of other fun stuff. So make sure you keep watching and you keep donating. And let's get back to the show.
And that was a little mossy.
And now we're going to get a little grossy.
Yeah, so I got to say thank you to Ted Darklaw who put those together. Did you see the Circle Jerks one by any chance?
Yeah, I did. I saw that one earlier.
Ted, he messaged me when he sent that over. He's like, "Hey, he goes, sorry." He goes, I probably could have done better with the 6 months you gave me. Like, don't worry, like I was literally till today doing stuff, right?
Yeah.
But when he sent me the third one over, the Circle Jerks, he goes, I'm not gonna lie, this one did make me giggle a little bit. Because they're different than what he's done before.
Right.
They're definitely different than what he's done before. So before we get started, quickly, Daredevil Dave kicking it off, saying, "Dang, gotta start all over with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you very much." You know what? We're gonna throw this in really quickly because Dave has been great.
Here comes
Yeah.
the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
So I will reiterate to everyone. If you cannot donate, and I fully understand that. I don't know why you hate the kids, but that's on you. Go just open up a window, go to my classified page, and in the playlist, just start playing them. Those are the ones that YouTube pays the most, and it definitely will just help generate a little bit of money because this all goes to charity. Oh, I got to do the ESU figure too. So let me get that up to all the people that want the ESU figure. It's actually back up, huh?
Back on Amazon for original retail price. So not
better
jacked up or anything like Hasbro.
Better than what Hasbro decided to jack it up for, right?
Oh man, yeah.
Let's see here.
Whew, there comes the thunder.
Oh yeah, you said you're getting a thunderstorm right now.
Yeah, we're at about 15 minutes. The worst of it's probably going to start, but so we'll see. Keep our fingers crossed.
Of course I'm not finding it because why would I? You know, why is Amazon so hard to find things, and yet
Well,
other people seem to find it that easily?
I don't know. You
I
just,
mean, I really
you have trouble with Google?
well, no, I'm looking up. I'm on Amazon,
Yeah.
and everything else. There's the firefighter. I guess I have to go find it anyway.
Oh yeah, I hate it because they pull stuff off there all the time, so you have to have a direct link to actually get to it.
Yeah, or going to your recently purchased stuff. I might even be my list though, because I know I saved it. Oh well. Well, if you can find it, go ahead and order it. If I find it, I'll drop the link to it. But anyway, so just quickly, we are still raising funds for Toys for Tots, and we'll be doing it for another 20, at least another 26, probably another 28 to 29 hours.
Pretty close.
Yeah, the money that people sent earlier is still the same as if you send it right now. Like Crow right here with a $7, $6.99 super chat. The cost of renting Gross Point Blank from Blockbuster when that was a thing. And again, as you can see at the bottom, you can still send it through PayPal. It avoids stuff. As of right now, the PayPal is at $944. So
nice.
We are well over that.
Oh yeah.
That is for sure. I actually have it written down the best I possibly can. And I went through the old super chats and I wrote them all down. So it's going to be close. But again, as we all know, YouTube likes their cut. Maybe a little bit too much of a cut.
Mama anyway, Susan always takes her piece.
Yes. But anyway, let's get into this. And I never had any interest in watching this movie. And again, it's kind of weird, maybe because I've seen how things in Detroit have been portrayed, and you're just
right.
They never even film here. They did film here.
Yep.
Everything in it that you see, it does not look like just an overshoot. Yep. Down to Grosse Pointe looks very. If it's not Grosse Pointe, they nailed the look of it, because Grosse Pointe is very, very rich, I guess you can say. Yeah. And their downtown it's almost like another downtown, like an old style, but everything is very high end. I guess is the best way you can put it. So
well, and I'll tell you guys this too. I gave Punk a list of probably about 25 different films that we could look over, and that one just kind of popped off the page to him, and I'm like, that makes sense. Let's do it.
Yeah, and again, after watching it, and I didn't take any notes the first time, and I didn't plan on it. I was sitting in my hotel room. I wanted to watch it, and I always did this. Anytime we did this, I watched it first, and I went back.
Right.
Again, where the time consuming of this show was, right?
Yeah.
And when you do take notes, you're stopping it, and if you're looking for screenshots, it was always a pain. But as I went through it, I went, okay, I need to talk about what they talk about.
Yeah.
That happens in Michigan, because you guys, people wonder, and I've never seen 8 Mile. I just remember the first time when I was in Dallas for training, and the guy goes, "What is 8 Mile?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "What is it?" I'm like, "Oh, it's the mile road, because we go 8 mile, we go mile roads, 9 mile, 10 mile, whatever. It's the road that divides Detroit and the suburbs." And yes, where Eminem grew up is not a good area.
Right.
Where Kid Rock grew up, around 30 miles out of Detroit.
Right.
Right. It is a very nice area. Even if he didn't live in the nicest, I don't know if he lived in a trailer park. I don't know if I know he wasn't supposed to be like well off, but he lived in Romeo. It's not Detroit. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
I'm more Detroit than that. But anyway, let's
Yeah.
let's get to the super chats before we
Sure. Yep.
before we do it. We got Triple D, Department of Dolly donations, saying hoping toys will keep them off my lawn. Derek Hoover with the $9.99 super chat saying a little something for the children's friend. Wash your hands and face. MS lurks everywhere. If you don't know the MS jokes, you need to go watch
Yeah.
my my Thursday with a friend with Derek Hoover. You'll get a good chat out of it or a good time out of it. And then 277 Tuco says dig deep, give all you can. I said it too fast.
Got to be a little slower.
Yes, thank you guys all. Let's do this. And now you did tell me, you told me that this is like the way you made it sound like that you said, hey, this is like a culmination of One Crazy Summer and Better Off Dead. So it was not what I expected. I thought we were going to get a comedy.
It is a comedy.
But it's not a comedy like Better Off Dead and
Right.
One Crazy Summer, where it's
Right.
stupid comedy. You're right. It's not The Professional. Is that what it was called? With Leon?
Right. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely
it's
not
not
that. So if you guys don't know, I take this as the 4-movie set for this character arc, but it's different characters in every movie. But One Crazy Summer, Better Off Dead, those are his high school days, right? And then Grosse Point Blank is 10 years later, and then High Fidelity is another maybe 15 years later, or 5 years later, or 10 years later after that. If you want to put it in that context, it shows a character arc. And John Cusack had a piece in writing this one, so he knew what he wanted to do with this character. We're going to get to some stuff in here that I think you guys might find pretty interesting about him too. But I think he's always been a really talented actor, and I have liked all of the stuff that he's done. But these 4 movies always sit down as my favorites, even though they may not be his best. But this one is one of my favorites, always has been. It came out in 1997. Right. So I was in college at the time, and it just hit me funny thinking about it. And I'll say this is a major, this movie right here is a major reason why I've never gone back to any of my high school reunions.
All right. See, that's a little far for me. But okay.
But you didn't see this movie back then, so
you are correct. You are correct with that. There's the link quickly. If you guys want the ESU Trooper, I just throw it up there. There it is. You can go pick them up. Did I tell you I got 4 more that I haven't opened yet? I have 8 police officers altogether.
Yeah. So it is that they are different characters in each movie, but it's John Cusack, and you could think of it as one character all the way through. One Crazy Summer, Better Off Dead, Grosse Point Blank, and High Fidelity.
Okay,
High Fidelity, you could give or take or leave or whatever, but you could also, that's a movie that he made with Jack Black, and it's a little further down the line. So it's similar to the vein of this. You could swap out the ending of the story being either this one or that one, or you could just make it a culmination.
So I would say, and I understand what you're saying. If you go look up, there's a short, and if you Google it, I'm sure you'll find it. And that is Patrick Swayze and his characters from Dirty Dancing all the way to Point Break.
Yeah.
There's certain aspects of that. Hey, you know what? The character in Point Break is the same character, and there's like three different movies that it goes through.
Could totally be Roadhouse.
Yes, Roadhouse. That's right, Roadhouse. That was the other one.
Yeah,
and it makes sense actually.
Yeah, and I will say that the theme songs, the music of this movie make a huge impact on the entire story too. And I'll say the you know, as you go through, there's certain songs that hit at certain beats, and you're like, oh, that's so awesome. And you like, sometimes you don't even think about the music. It's just like it puts you in that vibe of being back in the 1980s in high school and when stuff was going on, and then it just kind of brings it all back. And yeah, Minnie Driver. I mean, I had a thing for her a little bit back in the day, not too much, but she was kind of cute because of this movie. But
I had a thing for her in Goodwill Hunting. I think part of it's the accent. She has that she just has that I'm very cute.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. There is something about Minnie Driver.
And Krusty, I love
Yeah.
that line that she does there too. You can't come in. When you think about it, this movie is really well written because it's got these human character moments that you're like, yes, me and my friends have done that. Yes, me and my friends have said that. We've had conversations like this, and they feel very natural, in my opinion, which is also why I like it. But
so I have to say this because I'd never seen it before. I had to take myself out of watching it now, being like, dude, you wouldn't act like this in your 50s, but they're not. You're talking 28 years old.
Right.
I have to look back at how I was in 28, and I was still like jumping on my bed and doing stupid stuff. Well, I don't know if I was jumping. Oh, I guess I technically was. So yeah. But yeah, so if you've never seen the movie and you watch it like I did, you have to stop going, really? And then you're like, oh, wait a minute, he'd be like 28 years old.
right. Yep.
So, because you don't think of him that age.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you kind of put yourself now in there. And so that's why it's like when you watch this in the time and place, it is of its time and place. Right. So it fits that world. So you get the title screen, and then you're coming in and you hear the song, Bright Sunshiny Day to start everything out. Right. And then, let's see, there we go. He's being kind of creepy. Right. He's looking out the windows. He's got a little spyglass. He's talking to somebody on the phone. That's his sister, by the way, in real life.
Okay. So that was, and I think because we knew that, I found that kind of creepy, like that it's his sister, and she's just like, the things she says, like, I think it's just crazy to think that you came from somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she's the secretary in this, right? So John has a tendency to put Joan in a lot of his movies.
It just seemed weird to have her like that it's his sister, and it's like she's supposed to be someone that knows nothing about him. Now, if you didn't know they were brother and sister, you're not really looking at them going like, you two look the exact same.
Right. Because they don't, and obviously they speak very different because she has a very strong speech impediment.
Yeah. I did want to say quickly, so Dan Aykroyd was also in a short-lived TV show that took place in the Metro Detroit area that was connected to Home Improvement.
Oh,
I think it lasted one season. He was like a reverend, I think.
Huh. Oh, I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, and it was when ABC was trying to like create like a timeline. If you remember, I think like they all meet, and I mean like the Drew Carey show, which is in Ohio and stuff like that. Yeah. So he was neighbors with or he lived close to Tim Allen. He was on the show a couple of times. It obviously didn't help.
Right. Yeah.
So, but he was a reverend or something like that. But.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. So she's going back and forth, and they're talking about jobs. They're talking about everything. And she brings up that he got this notice for the high school reunion. And he's like, you burned it, right? You know, he's like, get rid of that thing. I don't want that. And she does it. She kind of holds on to that. And you see him taking out the gun, and you're like, what the heck's going on here? What is going on? You see him targeting, and the cyclist that's coming by. He looked like he was targeting this one guy coming out of this hotel or whatever. But then you see the cyclist coming up. What's that?
That's what I thought, that he was targeting.
Right.
What looked like a mob guy.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's the tracksuit mafia, right? He's coming out and got his buddies with him. And then you see this guy running down on the bike, and he targets him and takes him out. He's like, job done. I'm good. And then all of a sudden the bellhop turns around and starts blowing everybody away. Played by Dan Aykroyd.
And he knows exactly who he is.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't really catch that at first. And the second time I watched it, I was like, oh, he knew exactly who he was.
Yep.
So,
yeah. as soon as he saw him come out of there, he's like, ah, crap. And so now he's trying to figure out what the hell, it got, the job got messed up. Right. So now they're on the hook for this job, and they're trying to figure out how this guy snaked the job. Gross Point Blank. This film is Gross Point Blank. And
He's in California right now. Gross Point is in Michigan.
Right. Yeah. This is very much, I think it's LA, but they're definitely in California. And they're talking about Budapest and, this is where Dan Aykroyd's character makes a phone call to him. And then as they're talking on the phone, he pulls up because he tracked him on the phone. And then they get out and they have this face-off moment. They're both getting ready to draw down on each other and shoot each other, but they're having a conversation. And Dan Aykroyd's character is trying to recruit him into a union of hitmen, thinking they can pool together their resources and make more money. And so, he's thinking of his way out kind of, so he can take advantage of all this.
Yeah. And it's funny because it makes no sense, but
right. Yeah. Cause even the character says that, the lone wolf, the lone gunman, all these things, and why we do the things we do the way we do them, being in a union doesn't make sense. What's up, Woody? And so Marty basically says no, no deal. They're talking about flooding the market. Yeah. And then he says popcorn, and this becomes a thing. When Dan Aykroyd says popcorn, it means that he's actually winning. He's actually, he's done something to succeed or get what he wants. But they're just going back and forth, being very, tight. Like at any moment, they're going to kill each other.
Yeah. And there's a lot of aspects of this I like. But like you can tell, like they both kind of fear each other, but they're also not scared of each other.
Right.
They know they both have basically the same skill set.
Yeah.
Where like either one of them could take the other one out without a problem.
Well, so they both have a very specific set of skills, right? So they're trained and they're on edge all the time, waiting for the other one to slip up. So they're waiting for their window of opportunity to take advantage of the other one, to take them out if that's what's necessary. But they don't want to, because one guy's like, I just want to get out of this alive. The other guy's like, I want to get out of this alive, but I want this guy to come work for me so I can take advantage of it. And you can see that that's his entire motive, is to take advantage of all these other shooters so that he can sit up on Ty and collect the big bucks and pay them pennies, so that while they're doing the hard work and he doesn't have to do it anymore.
And again, we see the old style cell phones.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is 1997, so filmed in 96, right? So you're looking at all that.
Very early.
Yeah, and they're like, the job getting to you. You've got your high school 10-year reunion. It's like he talks about it giving a sense of his own mortality or fear of death, and he's not sure what's going on. And he's like, "Did you go to yours?" No. Oh, she says yes, but he's like, "Why? Why would you do that?"
And I'll say it again, like with the Dan Aykroyd, I know, kind of jumping back. It's hard not seeing him as the same actor, or the same character as from Tommy Boy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And again, if this came out this came out before Tommy Boy.
I don't remember when Tommy Boy came out. This was 97.
Yeah, so they were roughly, but like it's like the kind of same character. But again, it's also Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Unless if you see him in Ghostbusters, he's not as peppy in Ghostbusters. He's more skittish in that.
Yeah, I guess. All right, there's a Woody there for you.
Yep. So Woody's here with the 1999 super chat. So we'll jump in and give this a quick. We'll give him a.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
And Woody with the 1999 super chat saying, "This is for the underprivileged kids like me. Keep your head up, and you can do whatever. Sorry to interrupt. Carry on, fella. No,
Hey, no, thank you. We appreciate
that's
it.
what this is all for. And this $19.99 is the same amount at 2 p.m. as it is at 10 p.m. or almost 11. I keep on thinking we're in the AM and we're not yet.
not just yet.
Maybe I will start fading sooner.
Yeah.
All right.
And then going back and forth, and then we've got the next job. So he's got another job, and he's staking out this guy. He's got this whole big setup going on. You're like, what the heck is this? And this gel starts coming down, right down on top of this snoring guy's face, thinking that he's gonna get him, and it's just about there. And the guy wakes up, and he's like, crap. So he goes running down the stairs and just shoots him, just busts in the door and shoots him. Right? Okay, he's dead. That was the job. But guess what? The job was to make it look like it was natural, right? So you shot him, so then it blows the whole deal. Okay, so now you've got 2 jobs that he's blown, right? This is how we start the movie. This guy's not very good at his job, or
I don't understand. I don't understand the whole purpose. Like the first job, he said, my job was to take out the biker,
Yeah,
the cyclist,
yeah,
right? Which we all appreciate.
right.
Which we all appreciate.
I mean, so it was successful on that end, but the purpose was to protect the asset, and he did not.
Yeah, but he had no idea that someone else had another hit out on him.
Yeah.
But
So that one he can write off. This one, the job was still done. It was not done to the description of what they wanted. So they've got 2 people that are not exactly happy with them, even though his part of the contract was technically fulfilled, right?
Yeah.
And so he comes back and he's playing sly, not wanting to talk. They talk about walks in the office, doesn't, he's like, wants to make her wait before she's got like this important news she wants to come and talk to him about. And they're talking about snafus and stuff as she's wearing this. We'll talk about that in a second, but he makes the comment, but he's doing everything he possibly can to kind of ignore her here because he doesn't want to talk to her. And she's trying to sneak around the corner and try to come in there and talk to him. All right, come on in. Talking about, doing this job, doing the next job, right? They got an offer. They talk about the snafu. And that you have to make amends. And so to make amends, you have to do this job. And it just so happens, Sergeant Pepper, that's her outfit looks like Sergeant Pepper.
Oh my God.
So in case you didn't get the reference, because he mentioned it there, but that's the Sergeant Pepper reference there. And so the job just happens to take place in his hometown. So he can go to his high school reunion and do the job. And you can use the going to the high school reunion as the cover for going to the job. So it all makes sense. And it will make amends for this thing. And it's based on a guy who's talking too much. He's going to the police and he's a songbird, right? So got to take him out.
And quickly, we have Acer Telani. You say it.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Tolentino.
Yep.
It should be easy, right? Acer Tolentino.
Tolenito.
Yes, what he said. Him a new member. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Creamery.
And again, anyone that becomes a member right now, this all goes directly to the Streamathon, all for kids. So thank you very much. I'm sorry, the Punk-A-Thon.
Punk-A-Thon. There you go. Yep. Yeah, and the secretary's like, I'm getting this Black Cat Friday the 13th feeling about this one because it's all lining up. And then we have a hey, get me in contact with my shrink. So he wants to talk to a shrink. This is where the real comedy comes in.
I go on.
What you got something? You got it?
No, just the whole interaction with the doctor. Like,
Yes.
you're not my patient anymore. I feel threatened. You threatened to kill me. Like,
No. He didn't ever say that. He says, I don't feel comfortable treating you because you're a killer. You kill people for a living. And I have to report these things if I know about them. Right. And I don't feel comfortable because I'm afraid that you're going to come get me. And he's like, but doc, it's not like that. It's not like that. So he's basically created this abusive relationship with his therapist by forcing the therapist to be his therapist. And he's like, I'm out. I'm out. Don't you understand? I'm out. It's like he doesn't know what he has in common with people anymore. He's depressive. And he's like, I'm not your doctor. I'm emotionally involved with you is exactly what he says.
yes.
I'm afraid of you. It's like, it's like when you told me on session 4, I said, I was out, but I was really starting to open up.
But he does say, I know where you live. And he's like, does that not seem like a threat?
Come on. I was just joking. Right. And he says, I'm very, Cusack's character, Martin Blank, is like, I'm very serious about this process and I know where you live. Intimidation, kidding. I'm a hostage here, right? So they're going back and forth. It's like, I've read all your books and kill who warriors defend, ghost. He says, those were all ghost written. I didn't actually write those. So he's like opening up to him saying, hey, I'm really not the person for you. Really not. Part of the problem is against killing people. Come on. If I show up on your door, you did something that brought me there. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, he plays the sociopath perfect.
And he goes back to that many times.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Like if I did this, they probably deserved it.
Yeah. I mean, it was the justification you always had to have is there's some reason that I'm here, right? You had to have done something to make this happen.
Yeah, that doesn't make me feel good.
Exactly. and then so the doctor starts to get to something that hits too close to home, and so Martin changes the subject and he says no, I don't want to talk about that mortality. No. What about dreams? What about my dreams? I'm obsessed about this girl, my girlfriend from high school. I keep having dreams about her. What does this mean? Dreams of loss and pain for the same person. And then he goes on and says, and the one with the mechanical rabbit, the Energizer Bunny. What about that? That's a depressing dream. That's so depressing. You're stuck in a loop and you can't get out of it. And, he goes through all the reasons why the Energizer Bunny's a depressive dream. He's like, time's up. And he's like, can we have a normal relationship? He's like, get out of my office. He's just so frustrated that he's having to deal with this sociopath and this guy who kills people for a living. And he's just going back and forth with him. It's kind of hilarious. He's trying to give some advice, but he's also trying to stay as protected as possible from him. And he just, Martin's like, nah, I got nothing here. I don't want any of this. But there's the Energizer Bunny. And then we've got the contract here. And then it says this is Dan Aykroyd is reading this. Basically, the contract that he was looking to do got snaked from underneath him. And he knows that Martin snaked it. And Martin has decided to get out of town from this discussion with the therapist. So yeah, he's going to go to his high school reunion. The therapist convinces him to go to the high school reunion to get out of town and don't kill anyone. Right. So takes the job.
They really hound on not to kill anyone.
Don't kill anyone. He's like, okay, I guess, whatever. What if they try to kill me? I got to defend myself. But here's Dan
and the doctor though. But the actor of the doctor, he normally plays He normally plays roles, and I can't think of any, but I feel like I've seen him. Like he's a big tough guy. He's a tough guy, right? He doesn't take. Well, I mean, but he doesn't take crap from people, right? With that strong voice. So it was like a complete different look at him. Is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I've seen him in roles similar to this one.
Okay.
So in my mind, he's always been that kind of a character where, he puts on the gruff face, or could sometimes, but he's always got that weak side of him. I don't know.
Okay.
That maybe it's because of this movie. I always see him that way. But Dan Aykroyd's character, Grossman, or Grosser, sees that the job gets snaked, and so he makes a call to the feds. And so basically he rats out the job to the feds so that they'll be pinning it on Martin. So they get after him. And then here we go. We got to see the scenes, right? We got to show you that we are in Michigan.
Yeah. So that is the Ambassador Bridge. That is the bridge in Detroit to Canada. There's also a tunnel underneath there if you'd rather go underwater.
It's not scary at all, is it?
No. So yeah, they are getting actual shots here. That's the Renaissance Center. Now this is a shot from the side of Canada. That's the Renaissance Center. So they're probably, I mean, that's the Detroit River. If you look closely, you'll probably see a couple bodies floating in it. That's the Renaissance Center right there that they don't know what to do with. That's actually the GM headquarters.
Yep.
Oh no, actually the GM headquarters finally moved. So now
and this is also the point at which the song "Let Me Go On" is playing. I think "Beautiful Day" was at the beginning, and then this was "Let Me Go On." And then see, we've got this. So I don't know. Is this Grosse Pointe?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know exactly where this is, but this would be right on the water of either into Grosse Pointe or on the water of Detroit, but probably Grosse Pointe.
Yeah.
I'd have to drive the road to see, because I tried figuring out where this was. It's right on the water. So
yeah, I wonder if that tower is still there. That'd be funny.
All right. So this is something I had. Okay. So this is, you're driving down Lake St. Clair here. This is Jefferson Avenue. And if you look at those homes in the, you can see how big they are, correct?
Yeah.
We are talking $4, $5, $6, $10 million homes.
Yeah.
Now he is coming out of Detroit. Now, if he landed in Metro Airport, he would not have come this way. He would have driven up 94, gotten off, not in Detroit. I have talked numerous times about how if you drive down Jefferson, going from Grosse Pointe into Detroit, you will go from $10 million homes on the water to the ghetto. This is where he's coming out of. So if you now he's coming into Grosse Pointe. At the end, he's driving out. This is the road I always tell everyone about.
Yeah.
And it blows people's mind because they don't really believe it. I'm like, dude, you can see how big these homes are. You're right on the water. This is where like the people that run the multi-billion-dollar companies, in this state, this is where they live.
Right.
But if you go down further, it is like a time jump.
Yeah.
You just drive into it and you're like, what the fuck just happened? Now it's starting to get a little bit better, but for a while it was really bad. As a matter of fact, Speck told a story when he was filming Detroit 187 here that they got bumped on Jefferson and they decided not to stop. And because it was a rental, they still had to make a police report. And the police told them, probably best you didn't, because it was a rolling stop.
Yep.
They probably were just going to carjack you.
Yep. That's the neighborhood.
Yeah. But it's crazy because you see this and you're like, wow, that's a nice area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, drive about 5 miles out. And it depends on how far out he is.
Right.
But it literally goes from it's like a fucking bubble.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it. Like you go through this bubble and you're like, whoa, what happened?
You've got similar lines in districts in Chicago too that are just like that. Where you've got $1 million homes and the ghetto. and they're like right next to each other.
And you just go like, how does this exist?
Yeah, it's called redistricting.
Yeah. But that's what I wanted to point out when I said that.
Yep. And so here we go. We're meeting these two jerks in the car. And so we meet the feds, and they call them something else in this movie. I'd rather not say. If you watch the movie, you'll understand. It is an old term for CIA, but we'll just call them feds or CIA for now.
Okay, so everyone knows who the white guy is.
Hank Azaria. He's a poo. Oh wait.
Yeah, you know who the black guy is.
I know I've seen him in several things before. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
If I am correct, he is he's the guy from Once Bitten. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Racer.
Do you remember
Ninja Turtles?
Once Bitten with Jim Carrey?
Yeah. I know the movie, but see, I don't see it on.
I didn't. I'm looking. I didn't realize he was an Eraser.
Yeah, Eraser. Yep.
But he's in Once Bitten, which is like Jim Carrey's, I think, first movie. He's a vampire.
Yep. I've seen it.
I saw him. He was the gay vampire.
Well, he was also in Buffy the Vampire, the TV series.
Oh, was he? Jeez.
Yeah.
But that was what I noticed. I'm like, I know him.
That's funny. So yeah, we get the feds, and they're following in that station wagon right there. So they're literally right behind him as he's rolling into town. And then we see him looking like a creep. I mean, look at that. I mean, he looks like a creep, right? It's a stalker. And then we get Minnie Driver. So we get the DJ here. All right. You can see right there, the feds are right behind him still. And here's the radio station with the windows right out front, right in the front of the town square, right?
So this makes me think that it would have to be a very small radio station that's really only going to handle like Grosse Pointe because there's Grosse Pointe Woods.
Yeah.
And there's a few other points, like literally the points. And obviously into Detroit. So this wouldn't have like a big radio, a big wavelength. Since it's right out there.
Yeah. And then go ahead.
I think this is also a time where not every radio station was owned by a mega billion-dollar company.
Right. Yeah. And since this has the W on it, it tells you that it's supposed to be east of the Mississippi.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So there's W's and then there's K's. So K's are west of the Mississippi and W's are east of the Mississippi, according to the way it used to be. It's not that way anymore, I don't think. But back then it was. I
had no idea about that.
That it was supposed to be a thing. But also in the 90s, this was also a big thing because you think about it, you've got Northern Exposure, you've got this, you've got a couple other TV shows that make this play as the DJ of a small town radio station makes commentary about what's happening. Right. So you get the DJ here and she's talking about the big Pointers high school reunion that's coming back to town. So she's doing an all 80s weekend on vinyl for you. And take stock of your lives. Leave your life, alone or whatever, where all the good men are dead in the heart or in the head. Right. So that was her line.
That's a little cold.
But I mean, you got to think of where she's coming from when we find out, right?
I know.
So this is the DJ. And so where are all the good men dead, in the heart or in the head? So she's not having a real happy time with this whole high school reunion, and so then we get the Clash playing. And then she's going through, and then the creepy guy in the car sitting right out in front of her station, eyeing her as she's, she's like, what the hell's going on? This creepy assassin stalker guy's looking at me. It looks like the Unabomber or something.
But she figures out who he is.
Well, she doesn't yet. She has no idea.
Are you sure?
Look at that face. That face is, am I going to have to deal with a stalker now? That's what that face is.
Yeah, but she goes on the radio and she's basically like talking about him.
No, not yet. She's just talking about the 80s weekend.
But I thought she in a roundabout way. Maybe I misheard it then.
No, well, I mean, her line is, "Where are all the good men dead in the heart or in the head?" And that's about the point that this is happening. She may think, she suspects, but he's wearing a hat and glasses in a car on the other side of a window. She has no clue who this creepy stalker guy is.
Yeah, but they don't pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. And this is supposed to be a freaking high school. I don't know. It doesn't look like a high school to me, but.
So I forgot to look and see what high school where this took place. This looks like one of the like the Catholic high schools that we would have.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense. But
I don't think
it's
it's
pretty big one.
But this is how Grosse Pointe is.
Yeah.
Like this could easily be one of the high schools.
Okay,
but I meant to look it up because I know it's not. I don't believe it's called the Point. I don't think. But
yeah,
it easily could be a high school, but I thought it was a different high school at first, except for he's on the road. So then I knew it was different. I actually thought it was an old client of ours, but theirs isn't on the road like this. But there's a lot of schools like this.
Yeah. Minjosa, she does play it weird because she had a weird boyfriend in high school and she does a weird job now. And the whole relationship is weird. And the way she re-engages with it is weird. Right. So yeah, I mean, yeah, she's definitely not the typical, not the normal reception that you might have there. Eccentric is a good word.
So do you have, okay. I take it you have when he talks to the teacher. All right. So I'm going to let you say what you have to say quickly. Todd C jumping in here with a $1.99 super chat says the kids want Bloodsport next year. I have seen Bloodsport.
Did we talk about Bloodsport or not? No, we didn't do Punk-A-Thon film on Bloodsport, did we?
I don't know.
I'd have to go back and look. But anyway, yeah. So he runs into one of his teachers who kind of recognizes him right away. It's just this really weird, awkward interaction, right? The most famous disappearing act. You know, they all had him pinned for going to Harvard and being successful. What'd you do? Oh, nothing.
Yeah. So I'm rewatching this. And when I first watched it, there's a lot of things that I missed, but I actually had expected. So I'm watching this again. I just got done filming or recording some reviews. And do you remember what he says when she asks where he's been?
West.
Okay. He mentions the Donner Party.
Yeah.
I was literally doing a new thumbnail for my Donner Party. I'm like, I should take a picture, but I'm like, wait a minute, I can't take a picture of my phone. But I was literally, it was the one where it shows him cutting off the zombie's head.
Yeah.
I was coming up, and I'm
That's
like,
funny.
I totally missed because I didn't hear him say it the first time.
And then so he asked specifically about one piece of the curriculum. What was that?
That was Sergeant Red saying he's never seen the movie.
Yep.
I never seen it either. But you'll know. Well, I think you'll probably know most of the places.
Yeah. And he says, you still aren't teaching that Ethan Frome stuff, are you? And she says, no, we got rid of that out of the curriculum. Okay, so Ethan Frome is a novel about a tragic farmer trapped in a loveless marriage who falls in love for his cousin, lives in poverty, social conventions. It's trying to challenge these things. Lovers try to escape fate, but they try to kill each other and end up disabled. Right. It's a very incredibly depressing story written in
Sure sounds it.
1911. Right. And so that's what he's talking about. This is what they taught him. And she's like, no, we got rid of that. It's not in the curriculum anymore. because he literally says it's fucking depressing. And then he's like, nice tie. And they're talking about Mary Tyler Moore. And he says, where are you off to? I'm going home. And she's like, oh, are you? Okay. So then we get to Guns N' Roses, Live and Let Die starts playing. Yeah, she's like,
So
oh,
the
very
whole
good.
going home thing is kind of comical because they all know that he can't.
They all know. Yeah. Well, I mean, as the
Yeah.
old saying goes, right? You can never go home again, right? So he's driving down to go see where his house is. And that's where his house used to be.
All right. So there's a couple things here. This is Grosse Pointe, and you see where he pulls up. There's all these houses right across the street. I don't believe that they would ever put.
They couldn't. They couldn't get by with the zoning on that.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in Grosse Pointe. Okay. And that's where I was kind of like, all right. I mean, there's no such thing as an Altamart convenience. As
Right.
you can tell, that is fully put up there.
Right.
I'm sure I've driven by this 1,000 times back in the day and I had no idea, but it would not be right across from, like, there weren't houses there.
Right.
You're right. The zoning laws would have never allowed that.
Yeah. If you have multi-million-dollar homes, you've got a zoning commission that is in your pocket, and you're protecting your assets by not allowing stuff like that to be built across the street from your home. I'm just saying that's just the way things work.
But this is
go
called nitpicking,
ahead.
and again, I understand. We yell that all the time for it.
All right. We got a super chat here from
Quickly here, let's
Matthew Trowbridge.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
$9.99 super chat for the Toys for Tots drive. Thank you for doing that. It's an awesome charity. Thank you very much. It's again just a little thing that I can do and have everyone else give back. So thank you very much.
Yeah, we appreciate it. It's going to make a big difference. Hey, so you can never go home again. And then he's like, he walks in, he's so pissed. He's like, what are you doing here? He's like, I work here, man. It's like,
I
how long
didn't
you been
really
here?
understand this at first.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, I understand he was going home, but I didn't realize, like, he's thinking, like, he's mad that this his home used to be right here. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't really get this at first.
I mean, the whole interaction with this kid, he's like, I work here. I I don't know, a couple months. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you that about my boss. I mean, the kid's kind of freaking out. Like, what the hell's going on here? I'm just here doing a job at a convenience store.
Yep.
And that plays later.
and going, he's got the Red Wings hat. This is when the Red Wings were starting to get good. So, 97 was when they broke the 96 was when they broke the record and failed. 97 was when they won the Stanley Cup. So it was huge.
97. So I'm not real good with my history lore, with my hockey lore. Was Brett Hull playing for them then, or was it after that?
Hull didn't play till 2002.
No, Brett Hull.
Yeah, Brett Hull. He didn't play till 2002.
Okay, because he was at the Stars before he went there, right? So
Yeah.
he played for the Stars.
Well, he was on the Blues. Then he went to the Stars, won the Stanley Cup.
Right.
And
then he went to Red. Okay.
Yeah. So he's bounced around just because he could. He's more like a mercenary. Yeah, this was before they had, they had a bunch of Hall of Famers, but they weren't Hall of Famers yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's going back and forth. And so he's like, what the hell? So he's got to call his therapist right away, of course. And his therapist is like, nah, fuck you. I don't want to deal with this.
I know you're there.
Yeah. And he was getting ready to answer it. Then he's like, nah, I'm not answering it. And then he listens to it and says, you can never go home again. But you can shop there. I love it. You can never go home again, but you can shop there. Love it.
I do like how he grills the kid.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I will say, as over the top as it is, that is something where, like, if you could pull up to your childhood home and you saw this, I could see you like kind of just like losing it, asking these questions like, "How long has it been here? Why are you here?" Like, I
Yeah.
can see someone that's he's kind of unhinged in many ways.
It's a shocker. All right. And you can tell we're in 1997 because look at those beer cans and that thing back there with the Zima.
Even I know the Zima thing.
Let's see. So here we go. We got the feds. And Martin kind of notices him. So he's got this thing in the back of his head. Whether he acknowledges it or not, he knows somebody's following him, right? And then let's see. I love that beer advertisement back there with the state of Michigan and the advertisement and all that kind of stuff. I just think that's pretty cool. Yeah. And then he calls about his mom.
Yeah.
And he says, "I want to see my mom.
I want my mommy.
I want my mommy." Right. So he comes and meets mom, and mom is
Sir, Sarge, I just found 2 unopened bottles of Zima and a collection of toys and old stuff I bought. It's yellow now.
oh my gosh. Oh,
True story. When they had the guy from Superman, the not Nitro Man, what was it? The Nuclear Man.
Oh yeah.
They opened up some old wine that he had gotten out of it, and they tried it, and they all spit it out. and that guy's a wine. He's a wine, Mark Pillow. Yeah, he's not a wine tester. He sells wine and stuff now. Anyway,
you know you were going to get awful drunk when you were 7 Zimas in. And Candlebox came on the bar jukebox.
Oh man, that wine was foul.
So he meets his mom and they're having a semi-pleasant conversation. She talks about talking to dad, and he's like, "What?" And he's starting to see the cracks in there. And talking about lithium, and he's like, "What happened to what happened to the house? What happened to all the money I sent?" I said, "They stole it." Who stole it?
Who's the mom?
She has been in a lot of things too.
I just couldn't put my finger on it, and I never looked at IMDb.
Yeah, well,
I feel like anytime I open anything up on my computer, it slows down the stream. That's why I don't want to do it right now. Especially IMDb, they have so many ads.
You know who she is?
No, that's why I'm asking you.
She's his actual mom.
Oh, is it really? All right, well, that answers that question.
Oh no, that she plays a different character. Sorry, but his actual mom's in there.
Oh, really?
Let's see. Barbara Harris was the one who played the mom. Yeah. Sorry, got that wrong. She's been in a lot of things that you probably haven't seen.
That's what you think.
Maybe Freaky Friday from 1976, maybe.
I've not seen that.
The Merv Griffin Show.
Mary Gay Harden?
No, Barbara Harris.
Barbara Harris.
Yeah, so I can't see anything on here that Peggy Sue got married. Maybe that one. And Nashville. Yeah, no, there's not a lot there that.
Yeah, maybe she just looks like someone else I was thinking. I don't know.
She looks a little familiar, I guess, but yeah. But mom's dementia showing, and then he's trying to figure out what happened to the house, and it's like, okay, I guess not, whatever. Then it's time for her medicine. She's got to go. Mom's lost it. He doesn't know how to communicate with her anymore. because he's missed out on all of it. So he grabs a bottle of booze and heads out to his dad's grave and just pours the alcohol out on it and drops the bottle and says, whatever. Goes back to the hotel.
He can I?
Yeah.
I can't gonna say this. Go back to that. No, go back to the next. So I shouldn't laugh, but I'm going to because you know how I am. His dad died less than 2 weeks after my mom.
Oh, wow.
It's not funny, but again,
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it.
You got to find the humor in life where you can find the humor in life.
I looked at it and went, "Oh
Wow."
No, actually, let me take. Just under 2 weeks after.
Wow.
That's weird. Again, like things like that pop up. You see it, and oh boy.
Well, and then numbers and synchronicity and yeah. And so he goes back to the hotel and he's got all of his assassin case and his orders there, and he's got to hide it in the air vent so nobody else can know where it is. 3-star, that's up to you, man. I mean, whatever you want, bud. And then we get so he's starting to read his magazine, Making Sense of Creation, right? So he's reading Discover magazine. He's reading all this existential stuff. Like he's got all these existential things going on in his head. So clearly this man is in existential crisis because he's failed his last 2 jobs, right? And so he's trying to figure out what the hell's going on with his life, right? So this is all the cues to who the character is right now in this point in the movie. And then we've got the next day. And the feds are following him. They see him pull up to the square, get out of the car, goes to the radio station, and they're like, what the hell's going on? And he walks in, and the DJ's staring at him.
Now, I'm trying to think, again, and this isn't so much a Michigan thing, but this is 97. There's still smaller, privately owned radio stations that probably would be out, like I said, much smaller radio signal. You could probably walk in, probably not directly into the booth.
Yeah.
But again, this is before 9/11. This is before all of that went down and everything went on total lockdown.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, if you go back and you look at Northern Exposure and you think about these small towns where everybody knows everybody, right? There's not a lot of transient population that comes through there.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of things that are just kind of open like this because there's not a threat of theft or danger or whatever. So, you can play that off as what you want, but today we're looking at it going, this would never fucking happen. You couldn't do this. Right.
Yeah. And a lot of this had to do with because Detroiters didn't realize they could cross the border for some reason. But she does talk about Cobo Hall in that there's a band playing at Cobo Hall, and if you don't know, Cobo Hall is where the North American Auto Show used to be at. I guess it's still there, but it's no longer called Cobo Hall. That's where the Detroit Pistons used to play. So again, bringing up another Michigan thing. I don't know if the writer or the director, if they're from Michigan, but whoever it is, they did a really good job of making sure.
Yeah, so they did a lot of good references here. I know John and Joan, they're big Chicago people, so they're not too far away.
Yeah.
And so they have some of the same sensibilities. And so I think he took a lot of that, and maybe he does know Michigan pretty well because I think a couple of his movies take place in Michigan.
Yeah, and just in general, I'll just say this. When you are supposed to be in a city, you need to do your research because there's going to be people like me and other people that are like, dude, that's just not like, again, we all know stuff it's all for show.
Yeah.
But you want to make sure it's as authentic as it can possibly be.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it makes a big deal to authenticity and, like I said, the language of the film.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, they did talk about Sergeant Red's in a deleted scene. Yes, that did happen. Okay. So, she looks at him and stares at him, and he's like, Martin Blank, I know, not dead. He's like, what the hell? And as they're meeting, they shake hands, and then she kisses him. She just like flat on just kisses him. And then they pull away. He's like, okay, this is weird. We haven't seen each other in 10 years. Okay. But I mean, this is her first reaction, right? She sees him, and then she's immediately drawn back to that high school moment, and she just wanted to kiss him. I'm like, okay, that seems kind of weird to me, but whatever.
Except that's the love of her life that left.
Yeah, and she has no idea where he's been for the last 10 years.
I just know it's never happened to me.
You're right. He's like, you look great. How long's it been? 10 years? He said, and she's like, sure, you stood me up on prom night and vanished without a word. Tell me about yourself. Right. And, he talks about, I traveled a lot, on business, and they just go back and forth, kind of loosely reminiscing. What about your business? Professional killer. Does that
everyone? He doesn't lie.
He doesn't lie.
Everyone,
okay,
and no one believes him.
So this gets me later on in the movie, because he never lied to anybody.
And she tells him, you lied to me. And he's like, and I'm like, actually, he didn't.
He didn't. He never actually did. And so he says, professional killer. And she's like, oh, you get dental with that? He says, no. But I got to go. You're working, but I'll be back. And she's like, what are the odds?
Again, doing the other show that I do with Adam, I've learned to look at so much how actors interact and their chemistry.
Yeah.
And this is so perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't seen someone in so long, someone that you scorn.
Yeah.
And you didn't do it because you hated them.
Right.
I see it. And like, they're nervous.
Yeah.
He doesn't really want to have the conversation, but he wants to have the conversation.
Right. Exactly.
She never thought she was going to see him again. And now she finally has, I can just say it to your face.
Yeah. You're here. You're right here in front of me.
Yeah.
I can say all these things that I've been thinking for the last 10 years.
And there's certain things that I love, because in the end, and we'll see this, he explains why he left her.
Yeah. I mean, it's all of his trauma gets unfolded in this. This is the most therapeutic thing he's ever done in his life, probably. Right. So, and that's why I said the dialogue, the interactions with people are so real in this movie. I feel like these are really genuine responses, human responses that you would find from different personalities, right? Maybe not your personality, but definitely a personality of someone that you've met sometime in your life.
Yeah. And if you've ever had one of those interactions where you're like, this is something I don't want to have this conversation, but you have to. Or you don't want to have the conversation, but that other person has already told you, no, we're having this conversation.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't think he'd be having it if she wasn't like, no, we're talking about this.
Yep.
And quickly here we have, who is this?
Nostrum 82. I don't know the other name, because they're only putting the @ signs in there, but thank you very much for your Canadian money. I think it's still good here.
Here's a little something for the kids. Awesome stuff, Punk. It's a $5 super chat. I know the icon, and unfortunately, because of all days, YouTube had to screw something up. So kind of put who you are, just because as soon as you say it, I'm going to go, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But yeah, this whole @ thing is bogus, and they need to go back to.
So thank you very much.
That's Nolan. That's
no.
That's not.
I'm glad you guys have been able to figure this shit out.
That's not the icon I was thinking. I saw Nolan in another stream that had a different icon. I thought it was you. Oh well. Okay.
But this is what happens when, again, what if this happens on Black Friday and I'm trying to do the giveaway, and after we yell and scream at people that it has to be the name,
Yeah, right. Clearly
Ed
not.
will lose his mind.
Yeah, trying to figure that shit out. Yeah. Well, welcome, Nolan. Thank you for coming by. Hope you enjoy the show. Stick around as long as you can. We're going to be going for another 24 hours or so, a little longer probably.
Wait, you guys are all sticking around till midnight tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, yeah, midnight tomorrow is officially
Oh, wait
when
a
it
minute.
ends and turns into the
We
what?
haven't hit midnight tonight.
We haven't hit midnight tonight. No, we haven't. We're almost there. We're almost
24 and a
there.
half hours. Oh,
The
boy.
Punk-A-Thon is now official. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. Nolan's here. Awesome.
Yeah, very true. Thank you very much, SES dog. You are correct. So now you guys have to start sending. So all those super chats that you sent don't count, but they still count.
But they still count.
Yeah, but you still have to send more now.
Yeah, we need more. The kids need more.
And we did just go over 1,000 on. We just went over 1,000 on PayPal. I forget what the fourth figure was that I said it was going to be.
So I wanted to make note of this image right here. Okay. As soon as he walks out the door and closes the door, she grabs her side and holds her hand out and like kind of feels like she just got punched in the gut or stabbed in the gut or something. She's like, what the hell just happened? You're like, it's all starting to hit her that she hasn't seen the love of her life for 10 years and she's lived this whole other life not knowing what the hell happened to him. And all of a sudden he appears, has a brief conversation, and then he's gone again. What the hell does this mean? How do I feel about it? And she's like, how do I deal with this?
John from Sergeant Red. I'm assuming this. I'm still working, but listening to this beautiful reading of Gross Point. I just thinking of it as a reading of it.
Hey, you know what? You listen to it like radio. Awesome. Appreciate it. And then she goes on and, now she's having the conversation about him. Right. Yes. So this is her venting on air about him. About hey, what about the past? Do we relive it? Are we living through it? Do we forget about it? Need medication? What's going on here? And she's trying to figure all this out. And he's walking back and forth, listening to how she's processing it because that speaker's right on the square there, and she's looking right at him. And she's talking about him. He knows he's talking about him, and he's trying to figure out, okay, how do I play the next step? How's she feeling about this? And the feds are like, what the hell's going on?
So let me ask you, do any of you have one of those Walmarts that they're blaring the music outside?
No, mine screeches like bird noises. Every time I get close, it screeches like an owl, like it's trying to keep the birds off of the roof or something.
I have one that they have the speakers outside, and the moment I saw, I'm like, I don't remember any radio station that plays it right outside. But
again, this was the 90s. This is a different world, right?
I don't remember in the 90s that, but
well, so like
I don't remember a lot of things.
So like in a situation like this, right? You have this local personality, this local radio show, you're like a YouTuber or whatever. So you're going to broadcast it out in front saying, hey, I'm right here. You can tune in and listen, but you're going to have this area where you can hear it. And so like, you don't have to turn on the radio if you're just getting coffee at the Starbucks or, whatever.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's actually pest control. Oh yeah. I know 3-star. The bird noises are specifically for that. Yeah. But the feds are like, what the hell's going on? And what is this feeling? I'm feeling pain, panic, pleasure, hungry. She's trying to process it all on the radio as the feds are going back and forth being confused. And then he goes back in. And then they start having the interview conversation. Right. spring of '86. Set the stage. We're going live. $700 prom dress. Boy never shows up until now. What are the questions?
He lays it on her.
I love that he's freaking out. Like, she's making him sit down and do something. He's freaking out because he's got a window behind him. He's afraid somebody's going to come in the back door and shoot him. And they're on the air. And he's like, "What the hell? Are we live? We're doing this now in front of everybody on the radio in the town square." And she's like, "Yes, we are." Right? And he's like, "Really?" And they're like, "What the hell's going on?" And then she gets up. "Are you worried about this thing?" So she goes over to close the door. So they switch seats, so his back is not to an open window. Right? This is a trained person's idea of this is the only way I can protect myself from an assassin. Right? Somebody's going to come kill me. So they switch seats. She's like, "Whatever. Put the headphones on." He's like, "I don't know how I want to answer this." "No, you're putting the headphones on. We're doing this now."
This is how a vindictive woman acts.
Hey, man, she's got trauma. It's been 10 years. Okay. You got shit to answer for, buddy. We don't know shit about you right now.
I understand. But I mean, she's doing it live. You are going to answer this. And that's why I said this interaction is wonderful, because it's really how I would assume if I had to deal with someone like this, I wouldn't want to deal with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's hot too. So
yeah, well, yeah. Yeah. So he asks, "Where have I been?" More like, "What happened, Mr. Blank?" And he's like, "I don't know. Relationships, rationalization seemed like a cop out. This is my therapist's idea, really."
Yeah.
And so they go back and forth, and they're talking about, what happened, the therapeutic assignment, and what is this really about? He's like, "So you're doing this for therapy? What is this? I'm your project now?" And so she asks to open up the lines. Let's get some advice from the people. Okay. And you get the first call, and they come in and says, make him beg for it. It's like, okay. Then they go to the second call. Nathaniel, that'll be important later. No remorse. Nope. No more. Forget about it. Then Hank calls in, and then he asks about the yellow ribbons. Anyone miss you? Why are you really in town? Tough guy. We know what we love, tough guys like you. And so she hangs up on him because he's like, "Oh, it's a troll call or whatever. We're moving on."
She says, "That's enough from the Michigan militia."
That's right.
Michigan militia was I think they still are a real thing.
Every state has a militia. Do you not know this?
They're a militia that really thought they could take on the U.S. government. And they got
the Texas militia believes that we can be an independent country again.
Yeah, well, that's Texas.
I'm just saying, militias are militias.
Yeah, but I'm saying like there was a lot of things, because if I remember correctly, McVeigh was connected to the Michigan militia. There was all this stuff that was happening. So when they said that, this was right around the time that was like a big thing.
Yeah.
And I went, they nailed something else there. So that's it.
Yeah. It's hilarious. And like I said, I love every interaction that's going on, especially in this scene, but the whole movie.
So Daredevil Dave says, 199 super chat, no more unless we get some baldy tongue. I can't do it every time.
Yeah.
But I can do it one time. If you're gonna send more.
Just for you, Triple D.
That's it.
All right, that's it. It
is. All right.
All right, Toy Optics. Clearly, you've never watched a punk on film, so you know. This is kind of what we do. We go through slides. We talk about the movie as we go through it. Give people kind of an idea what's going on, and then we talk about little tidbits here and there as we go through.
No, this is exactly what we've always done. So
yeah. Man, that was such a good show. Not enough people watched that show. We would have done more of it, but it is a hell of a lot of work.
Yeah. All right.
So she hangs up on him, and you know they're like, "Okay, I'm done." If you love something, set it free. If it comes back to you, it's well broken.
It's an understatement of him.
Yeah. And here we go. This is awesome. Okay, so this thing coming up, I knew even at the time, but even more so now, what's going on here, right? He's waving goodbye. He's feeling kind of creepy. This guy, okay, Benny Rodriguez, okay, he is a world famous kickboxer. Okay, he's a world famous martial artist, right? And so I recognize this guy right away, and I'm like, holy crap, this guy's, a foreign killer. He's going to be up here trying to kill this guy, right? So I know this right away, but Martin knows it by the way he's walking. This is the guy in real life, right? This is what he does. This is what he's known for. Benny Rodriguez. Where's Tony? Tony would know this guy, right?
He has beady little eyes like Moss Man. So I know.
Yeah. His weird hairline and funny face. Yeah. Well, it's because he's been punched in the face so many times. Okay. Yeah, he was creepy as hell in this movie for sure. And so the feds are coming out. Everybody's coming out, and he's realized. He spotted the feds. He spotted the contract killer. He's like feeling all on edge, right? And then this guy comes up out of nowhere, and it just like yells out his name. What is the first thing he do? He reaches for his gun, right? And if you look at Paul here, Paul looks like he's reaching for his gun too, right? But it's it's just his jacket. He's just kind of holding on to the jacket there, right? And then he's like, "Oh yeah, you were like my best friend." And they give each other a hug and they go for a walk. He's like, "Hey, come on, let's go. I got this thing." But yeah, man, Paul almost got his butt shot right there. This next part, I know you're going to comment on this.
He comments on it. I don't even have to.
Right. Yeah.
A Beamer in Detroit? Sacrilege.
Exactly.
Like I think people think I'm like this archaic guy when I talked about it. Like our whole state, the whole Metro Detroit area is built off people who worked in the big three.
Yeah.
And I know like no one is going to understand it because is there an other than porn, is there an industry bigger in a state? It still is huge, but it was so much bigger, and this is the type of stuff that killed it. Now, don't get me wrong; I'm not trying to say that the U.S. automakers didn't do their part in ruining it. All right, they did.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of factors and all that, but and tariffs played a factor in that too. But anyway,
I'm not going to get off it. But this is one of the reasons why. And this is '97, so it's still like one of those things, right? Where
but Detroit's very much in decline, but it's still in the mindset of everybody there.
Yes.
Yeah. And so he makes comment on that, but he talks about who sold him the Beamer.
Yep.
Right. And that'll come up later too. And then they drive out and they start showing the house, and Martin's walking around on the lawn there, and Paul's got this couple that he's trying to sell this house to, and the dopey security guy comes up. "Hey, I saw a weird guy in the lawn, and then I recognized it was you. I was about ready to like take you out, but I realized it was you, Martin."
And so this isn't something that you wouldn't see in an area like this. Like you
Yeah.
would see security guard.
Oh
like,
yeah.
they'd have security. But I like that. I like that Martin starts asking him like, "When can you kill people? Like
Yeah.
when can?"
Hey, can you talk shop a little bit? When can you use deadly force? If we find you on the property, we do what we have to do. Just on the property, shoot me. Correct. How'd you get the gig? Oh, they were hiring.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it's hilarious. And then Paul's trying to close the deal. They're like kind of okay. And then Martin's got to make the creepy ass comment.
This is.
What does he say?
He says something like I'm not married, but if I had a wife, I'd want her to be just like you.
Just like you. It's
The
just like
husband
you.
is like,
what? Hey, look at the security guy in the back. He's like, yeah, Martin. Yeah.
and Paul's just like, I lost the sale.
He's like, fuck. Hey, call me. And the security guy's like, yeah, dude, you fucked that up.
I love, and when Paul goes off on this guy, like he's
like, what is it that you do here?
He's like, you didn't notify me. He's like, I don't need to notify you. I
show the house between these times. You knew that I would be here showing the house because I always show the house at these times.
No, see, I was actually expecting the first time I watched it to be like, this is his house, and him and his wife split up. And, but it has nothing to do with that. He's
just a realtor.
Yep.
And he's like, I saw this creepy guy in the lawn. It was me. I was right there. I mean, Martin's not really helping out the security guard here, right?
No.
And then he's like, Paul's like, okay, I got to take you to this place. I got to show you this thing. You got to love this. It's going to be great. And so they drive by Debbie Newberry's house. Got to show him where she lives still.
But he also tells him that he sold his mom's house.
Not just yet.
I thought it was here.
No, not just yet.
But
that happens in a bit. Oh yeah. It is kind of here. Yeah, it says I gotta tell you, I brokered the deal with Altamart.
Yeah, and he does say he goes they have the best deal on the property. He goes,
they gave the best offer. Yeah. And then as they're checking it out, he's like, weird how we just like came across this. He's like, no, you drove me here. Like, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. So he starts smoking a joint in the car on the way back as they're talking about, where have you been, man?
He does such a good job of flipping out too.
Yeah. He's like, how's the family? Between his dad, his dad. What about Kenny? Kenny's in Joliet. So if you've ever watched the Blues Brothers, you know what Joliet is, right? That's the big prison over there. In between Chicago and the 10 years. Where have you been? He's freaked out. I joined the army. I went into to work for myself. I'm a professional killer. Is that postgraduate work? It's an open market. 10 years. He does it again. And so Martin repeats it. I freaked out. I joined the army. I went into business for myself. I'm a professional killer. Well, can I join up? Yes. And they just both start busting out laughing.
And now this is the second person he tells that he's a hired killer.
10 years. Yeah.
Again, like he doesn't hide it at all. But he also knows no one's going to believe him.
Yeah, Toy Optics. That doesn't have dental. That was with Minnie Driver. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the beginning. Because once again, she doesn't believe him.
Well, and again, she points that part of it out later again too. But it's hilarious, right? And then they talk about mom for a second. And see you at the pity party, right? So everybody's going back to the reunion. Everybody's in town for that. And then there he is. He's spying on Debbie. He's got to check out Debbie while she's working for a second. And he's got to call the office. And there's like, is the assignment done yet? Did you do it yet? I mean, we got to get paid here. We're on a timeline.
So this is the point where she's yelling at someone about the bullets, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
So this right here.
Yeah.
So I was not, and you see how this this scene looks very ominous, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of how dark it is. So I'm watching my hotel room, and I'm like half paying attention as I'm listening to, and I'm doing other things, and I went, whoa, she's about to get whacked, because when she moves, and you're not fully paying, you see her her reflection in the window, and I wasn't fully paying attention, and I thought someone was like behind her, and it went on for about another 30 seconds. I'm like, whoa, and I went back and I'm like, oh, that was just her.
Yeah. But then she switches calls, and she's yelling about how to make soup in the same emphatic voice.
Tripwire is asking,
carrots and celery are just the base.
Tripwire is asking, is this considered a long movie?
No, this is not a long movie. We're just bloviating on it way too much.
Yeah,
we're going through the details. It's I guess it's close to 2 hours, right? It's right around 2 hours long.
Yeah.
And then we're just kind of going through it. It takes a while to talk about it when you're not actually watching it. So
we have 36 hours to fill.
Yeah, so we're filling time. No problem. Not a problem. And then we get back after that. Let's see.
He goes back to the Altamart.
Yep, and you see the guy. He's got his headphones on and he's playing Doom. Right? He loves his Doom game. He's like, yeah, okay.
Not
and then
attention.
Here comes Benny. Benny starts blasting away, starts shooting shit up, and he starts shooting back. There's the Zima again. Right? And then he's like ignoring the shit out of it because he's playing his game. He's hearing gunfire and he's listening to his music and he's just having a good time because he's not even paying attention to what the hell's going on. And he's got his Mac 10s there, and you got your little Pulp Fiction in the background there.
I pointed that out too, and
yeah,
was there a reason for that? Because it's like right behind John, like Cusack, at a specific point.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that movie was very popular at the time, and so you'd have a standee for the movies that are on rental or for sale,
But
right?
Remember, they were hitmen, and he missed getting shot. I was like, I feel like this was in there for a specific reason. They were hitmen.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's definitely a reference in shooting the guy in the head in the car, right? There it is, right there. There's Benny taking him out, going after him next to the batteries. He chases the guy out, and then he realizes, oh shit, he's got to get the hell out of here. Yeah, nothing in film is a coincidence. There's absolutely a reason.
Sarge says hard to aim with two guns. Yes, but you have twice as many bullets to hit them.
Come on, have you not seen a John Woo movie? Come on, they all use two guns, one in each hand. You just go at it. It's fine.
He doesn't have a good firing style. I'll just say that.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
John Wick. I'll say that.
He is not John Wick, right? Remember, he failed his last two jobs, so John Wick wouldn't have failed. So you got like 14 seconds here. Oh crap! There's plastic explosive in this freaking microwave, and he's running out. He grabs the kid. He runs out, then he comes back and grabs the kid. And the kid's like, what the hell's going on, man? And the shit blows up. And then they're sitting on the lawn. And it's like, everything just blows the fuck up. Right. And the feds are watching, like, what the hell just happened? And then they get up and say, are you all right? No, I'm not all right, man. Fuck you. I got to find a new job now.
And this is exactly how a teenager would have acted in the 90s. Not that, oh my God, this thing blew up. Oh my God, I got to find a new job.
Yeah. It's like, I'm hurt. I'm pissed. I got to find a new job. He's like, fucking leave me alone, dude.
And
why'd you do this? It's like, I didn't do it. It's not me. So this is another point in the movie. Why did you do this? I didn't do it. It's not me.
yeah. So Crusty Crow with the $6.99 super chat saying, first two Antivans on Saturday.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
I probably should know what Antivans is, but I don't. Sorry.
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing something, so I apologize.
Donation on Saturday. Oh, if you're East Coast, yes. He wanted to make the first donation on Saturday.
Oh,
there we go. Okay, gotcha.
Well, you did that.
If you're on the East Coast, yes, we are into Saturday now. And so then, he calls Debbie. And then, it didn't go as planned. Let's catch up. And they want to go to the Hippo Club. So that's the local bar in town. It's like, okay, let's go check that place out. He's trying to, just casually, after he almost gets blown the fuck up by an assassin, he's on the phone with his girlfriend, setting up a date so they can work things out, because the last time they met, it didn't go as planned because it was all live and it was all weird, right? And the place is freaking burning. There's a sign falls down.
No
his home
there yet.
Yeah, not yet, because it takes a while. But yeah, so his home's been destroyed twice now, right? They demolished it, made this thing, and now it's been blown up. So it's gone, right? Sergeant Reds is gifting some memberships, 5 memberships. Thanks, Sergeant Reds. Appreciate it.
And so this is kind of weird. One went to Action Figs, my moderator.
What?
Thank you. John Battle. Someone who I'm going to say is foreign. Professor Soundwaves, and I've never seen 3 of these people.
Awesome.
And I know what John wants. And that is the
Welcome to the Creamery. Welcome to the Creamery. Welcome to the Creamery. Welcome to the Creamery. Welcome to the Creamery.
There you go. There we go.
I really want to know who the third one is. Because it's just...
That's funny. It's always funny when you're like, wait a minute, those people don't interact with the chat.
And there's Todd C, hi, it's me, Stanley, who are here all the time. They get passed over. And how did Ed get one? Unless
how does look? I think the things are rigged. I don't know. I never trust how they do that. It's not really random. I don't think.
And I think Ed has one through the Toilet Network, is what it is.
Oh, okay.
I think he changed his name, then he created this one. So that's the reason why.
Okay, now we're at the Hippo Club.
Never heard of the Hippo Club, so
whatever. It's just the club. The whatever. They're gonna go have a drink. And they're just sitting there, bullshitting about where they've been, what's going on, what happened, married, got any kids, army, just basically trying to catch up and have a conversation.
Until Amy shows up. Yeah. And quickly, Jake Anderson dropping this 20. I think it's a super. It might be a super chat. It might be a super sticker. Either way, thank you very much.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
I love Amy.
So this, I guess maybe this is another sister. I don't know. I don't think it's his mom, but this is another Cusack.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the one I was looking through real quick and I said, "Oh, that's his mom." No, it's not his mom, but so Amy Cusack. I don't know if I've seen her in too many other things of his, but he got all his family involved in this one.
And she comes over drunk.
Totally drunk. Interrupts the whole conversation.
Calls him Marvin.
Marvin, yeah.
She's like, "Yeah, what's going on, Marvin?" I love that Debbie calls him Marvin after that.
Yeah. She's slobbering over there and just trying to reconnect, but say, "Hey, what's up?" And she
thinks they're still together.
Right. So good to see you guys are still together after all this time.
Which I would assume would only make things even more awkward.
Right.
They haven't really got to talk about what happened.
Yeah. They were just starting to bridge the conversation. And so she does her shot and he goes into the restroom and the feds are there.
Yep. They're not the greatest at tailing. We'll just say that.
Well, no, they're pretty terrible. For sure. He goes to the restroom and then he lays out the plan for the rest of the night. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to finish my drink. I'm going to walk the girl home and I'll be back at my hotel by 9. Okay. Does that work for you guys? And then he comes out and says, "Why didn't you whack him? Why didn't you whack him right there?" And he's like going off on him. It's like, "Why don't you do your job?" He's like, "Hey, we're the feds. We have to do things by the book and legally." And then Hank Azaria is like, "He's coming back." And so he goes back in the restroom. He's like, "He's not coming back." And so he's pissed at them, and they're totally fucking with each other because everybody knows that Grocer's an assassin. This guy's an assassin. So everybody's playing everybody and being dirty here, right? So why don't you just shoot him? Just love the faces. And then he's walking her home. Marvin, yeah. And then they almost kiss, and she pulls back and says, "No, you don't get to do that yet. That's not where we're at yet." So she's setting the boundaries, and then they agree to go to the depressing high school reunion that neither one of them really wanted to go to begin with. Where KFC, they did all kinds of stuff. And then we're back at the business, and they're going through the files. He's trying to find out who these people are. Let's see, where is that?
What?
I'm just trying to find the files on these guys when she's talking about that.
Well, they talk about one being a wrestler.
Yeah. So this is Steve, aka Steve Langan, aka Steve, and then they talk about Kenneth, and Kenneth is the black guy, and Steve was Ohio State.
Yep.
And Kenneth was the All-American wrestler. And then, yep, from Northwestern, and got his MBA. They do domestic ops. They were in a campaign in 1996. Blah blah blah. They basically give the rundown on these guys. And then he's like, "Grocer set me up." So he's made all the connections now and fully understands what's going on. And they talk about this guy who's the hitman, and they know that it's a bad deal. And then they talk about the dog, Boudreaux. This is about Boudreaux, which comes up later, because they talk about the snafu with the dog that got blown up. He pulls out the job. He checks his weapons, thinks about it, decides to go visit the girl instead. He puts the job away. He almost got down and dirty to figure out what the job was. It's like, nah, I'm gonna go bug the girl. And she's like, you can't come in. And he pleads and pleads, and she's like, you can't come in. And so she goes running like a little girl, like a teenager.
So
jumps on the bed.
But this here in a house like this.
Yeah.
Sometimes they did have apartments on the side,
and
that's what she's living in.
Yep.
And clearly she lived in there also while they went to high school.
It seems pretty familiar because as he walks in, he takes his hat off like a gentleman and looks around and points out that it's exactly the same.
Yep.
And, she's like, okay, whatever. But, an airplane. She requests an airplane. Now, I don't know. You got to have siblings, I guess, to really do this, unless you have that kind of relationship. I don't know, but was an airplane ever a thing that you were familiar with?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Very much so.
Yeah.
But why is she living here?
That's my question.
She says it.
Why?
Her house got burned, her apartment got burnt down on Devil's Night.
On Devil's Night, that's right.
So I don't know if everyone has Devil's Night, but
everybody's seen The Crow, right? I mean, come on.
Okay, so Devil's Night is where the mischief happens, and that's what they called it here in Michigan. And most people, you toilet paper or you egg someone's house. In Detroit, they burn houses down.
Yeah.
So Detroit did their best to change it to Angel's Night, which, as you might imagine, didn't take off.
Not so much.
So when she said that, I went, "Yep, that's realistic and believable."
Well, it was just a couple years earlier when everybody learned about Devil's Night and that they have greeting cards for it. Apparently, according to Top Dollar.
Really, I didn't know.
No, from The Crow. He was so
a long time since I've seen that.
Oh, such a good movie. But he complains that he wanted to do something better than what has been going on in Devil's Night by burning the city down. He got to burn the whole fucking state down or whatever, because they got fucking greeting cards for it now, because it's become this thing that people accept and it's no longer an abnormality, right? And so it's funny that they bring it up here after the rest of the United States learned about Devil's Night from The Crow.
Yeah, and again, like it's still it doesn't happen nearly as much,
right? Yeah,
but yes, and again, if Jacob is still here, he would know exactly what.
Yeah,
he lives right down the street from me, so yeah, it's. And Detroit had they still have a lot of properties to burn.
Yeah. Oof.
But yeah, the airplane was a real thing. I mean, I've done that before. Not I've done it, but done it to other people.
Right? Yeah.
But it's cute to see how they interact.
Yeah,
and they're really doing that. Like, they missed all this time,
right?
Because of everything. So
I was like, I'll pick you up at 7. Okay. And then she's like, and you can go now. And so they're saying their awkward goodbyes. Let's see. Picking up at 7. And then I've got to switch slides here. So we've got to switch that. Come back here.
Oh, you ran out?
Well, I had to do them in 2 different things because the files were so large, right?
Oh, wow.
Because yeah, I mean, I've got 420 slides.
No, I've never asked you to do that.
Except for we can't do it without the slides, and you said do the slides. You know me, I gotta go overboard and be overly thorough, I guess, but whatever.
That's true. I can vouch for that.
So here we are the next day, and you got the feds grooming in their car, talking about the morality of their profession.
I'm not the only one that was disgusted by the brushing the teeth in the car, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's no toothpaste involved with that. He was just brushing, and the other guy's shaving, and that's, I mean, this has been a trope in the 80s and 90s cop dramas or any cop action movie. You've seen something similar to this happening. You've seen John McClane do it. You've seen everybody do it. So, yeah.
It's just, you normally don't see them when they're together.
Well, yeah. There's that. Let's see. Where are we? They're talking about the moralities of it. The do's and don'ts of the job. We're not cold-blooded killers. There's ethics and morality to the discussion. And then Martin pulls up for breakfast at Cup of Joe's. And they're talking about, why can't we just kill him now? And they go back and forth about, like I said, the morality of their job. And then here comes Grocer. And he's brown bagging it today. And Martin sees him, and he pulls his gun out of his ankle holster and cocks it as he walks in with the gun in his hand inside the paper bag, because that's not conspicuous at all. Wearing a paper bag on your hand. Okay. They come down and sit down, have a tense discussion. They're going back and forth. And then another one of my favorite scenes comes up. They agree to set their firearms aside and have a conversation. As they slowly pull away from their firearms, the waitress comes up to take their order, and Grocer says 2 poached eggs, scrape off the brown stuff, hash browns, well done, muffin, and coffee. And then Martin says whole grain pancakes, egg white omelet. And then the waitress asks him, what do you want in your omelet? Nothing. Then that's not an omelet. Like, I don't want to get into semantics here. Just give me the protein. And it's like, that's totally a conversation that I would have. It's like, well, that's not a fucking omelet.
That is totally a conversation you would have. That is such a Matson thing. Yes, like that is. Yes,
it's
that
not
is
an
totally...
omelet. Right? I mean, that's fried egg whites. It's not an omelet.
And she is correct. I mean, she is technically correct.
And then Grocer starts talking about the drugs, the new drugs. They're better than the old drugs. They're great. They help you out. It's better than that Adderall shit. And keeps going on about that. He's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yes. Hi, it's me says, do you have coffee? Do you have ice? Well, you have iced coffee. That was a conversation I listened to G.I. Bro have with the waitress. I heard it. All right, I was there along with others.
And then tenses go up. He tries to recruit him again. He doesn't want to, and so they talk about Oregon doing some wonder dog Cujo. He's like, Boudreaux. He's like, you know the dog's name? He's like, you cared that much to know the dog's name? And he's like, Poodle Pumper, Hound Hitter, Pooch Puncher. So he's just naming all this stuff. As they try to shoot each other, the waitress comes with the food. Martin crashes everything down, sneaks out the side as they're throwing jabs at each other, and they de-escalate the conversation by making Grossman pay for everything. Okay, and then we're back at the hotel. We got the high school reunion, and I circled that last part down there in case you can't see it. It says "Dressed to Kill."
I didn't even realize that.
But it tells you about the 10-year reunion and April 27th and blah 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 blah. And so he's getting ready for that, and so he's making a couple phone calls. Not related calls. Let's see, where are we? We have
Talk to the mirror, like what he's gonna, like how he's gonna talk to people.
yeah. So he's trying to act human, right? How am I going to have these human interactions with people? I'm a pet psychiatrist. I'm a couch insurance. I test market positive thinking. He's going through the whole list of weekends men's groups with ritual killing. You look great. Not married, no kids. Blow your head off if somebody paid me enough. There's some great lines there. And then you look over here and you see Minnie Driver, and she looks like she's waiting, like he's late. And he goes over and he gets on the couch and he calls his therapist again.
Now, I was confused on this. Oh, no, wait. Maybe no, it's not this one. It's later on.
Okay. So he calls the therapist, and the therapist picks up because he's eating. And so he's eating through this whole thing. Right. And he's like, I didn't kill anyone, but some guy tried to kill me. I will kill him if I see him again. He talks about Debbie being anxious. Okay, repeat after me. I have worth with me. He gives him these mantras to start saying, I am rooted with the me that is on this adventure. Has him repeat it. And so he just keeps going through this mantra. He says, and don't kill anyone. This is me breathing. And then he's like, puts it away. Goes through the whole mantra with the therapist as he's walking around, as he's eating his sandwich and just trying to get the man off the freaking phone. I mean, you can tell he doesn't give a shit about talking to this guy. He wants him gone and out of his life. He's on the phone. Okay, if I can placate him enough, maybe he'll go away. And so he's looking at his tools and he puts them away. And he says, this is me breathing. All right. And so we're on the way. And she's waiting and she's frustrated because he's late. And then the phone rings and the hand reaches over to pick it up. And it's clearly not Martin Blank's hands. It looks like a short foreign man's hand.
What does a short foreign man's hand look like?
Like that, right there. The ill-fitting suit jacket that comes over the cuff like that is clearly a guy that's got ill-proportioned arms, right? He's a little bit shorter, doesn't quite fit it because he's broad-chested or wide-shouldered, right?
I feel attacked right now. Just saying, all right? I feel a little attacked right now. With that said, yeah, if you don't get a jacket fitted properly, this is exactly how shirts and jackets fit, all right?
But he picks up the high school reunion. He's like, I know where he's going. So I don't have to answer this call because she was calling, Debbie was calling the hotel to try and get a hold of him. Apparently that's what we're assuming that this is. But bam, there he is. He shows up and he's got flowers. And then he goes down to meet Dad as she finishes getting ready. And they have this great conversation. I love this conversation.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say Dad still isn't too happy with him.
Well, yeah, no. No, he's not happy with him, but also he's not being untruthful either.
No, he tells him again what he does.
Yeah. Well, no, but the dad is being truthful also, right? When you listen to what he says, he says, did you grow up or did you become one of those hippie slackers? Like, it's like, no, I went the other way. 6 figures, lead pipe cruelty, mercenary sensibilities, abort sex, no real relationships. How about you? Potential father-in-law, right? Says, oh, same old sellout, exploiting the oppressed. how noble. So both of them are being completely honest in their conversation here. I'd love to. He offered him a drink. He's like, I'd love to, but we're late. So what have you been doing? Professional killer. And he says, good for you. Growth industry. He's like, okay. Then they're off. Right. They're going back and forth. Yeah, professional killer. Great. Good for you. Growth industry. Right. And here we are. Class of 86. Showing up, the feds are there, and then they're going through scenarios in their head. And they're like, oh, we should pity this guy. Oh, no, he's like abusing her. He's using this woman to do this thing. So, oh, yeah, I'm going to have fun killing him. Right. So, the look he has on his face when he's having that conversation, he's like wishing he was there, like he was the belle of the ball. That's the look that Kenneth is given here. Right.
And yeah, they do the little talking, like they're imitating what they're saying to each other.
Yeah.
Which I did find very comical.
Right.
Because we've all done stuff like that, right?
It's funny.
We've all done like weird things like that where we see two people like, what are they saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do it with my dogs all the time.
And quickly, Joe Fan with the $9.99 super chat for the kids. Thank you very much. And you know what? We'll throw this in here quickly.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
All right.
Awesome. And then here they come. They're both, look at this. They're Scooby-Doo looking around the corner, right? What is this holy hell we're walking into? Right? And then they meet Arlene Osloff Joseph.
So she's no one important, right? Other than
No, she's
okay.
Arlene Osloff Joseph. She's the woman putting this all together for everyone. Now, I will point out some things later on. She is important, but we'll see. And so they got T-shirts, and she's super excited about seeing everybody there. I've got 3 kids. It's really neat. Here I put your yearbook photos on there. And he's like, what special hell you've given us. And she's like, yeah. So everybody knows who everyone was. And so, of course, they head straight to the bar. And then we meet Ken, the lawyer, right? And he's got a card. So even better than a car, he's got a pen, and he deals in personal injury. If you guys are Firefly fans, you know that this is the Fed that they shoot in the face in the pilot. But he hands him this wonderful pen with all of his details on it in case they need a lawyer. And then he's like, he says something, and the guy's like, I'll take that line. He's like, you go ahead and do that. The top spenders get the pens. And then Nathaniel shows up. He comes busting in there and almost gets his ass kicked because he goes straight for grabbing Martin, and Martin's getting ready to judo chop his ass to hell. Right? And he's like, oh, fuck. Okay, this guy's just drunk. Okay. All right. And then he's like, what the hell, man? Take it easy. And everybody else is like, he's just drunk and fell down because Martin made it look pretty smooth. And he talks about the pro wrestling Greco-Roman guys that he's got. And, hey, you want to do some blow later? No, thanks.
Like a Judy chop.
Like a Judy chop. Hey, we're going to get to this Judy chopping in a minute. Okay. It's funny as shit to me because this guy's out of his mind and he's promoting these guys over here. And then wants to do blow with them. And then they come across this lady who's had this existential experience. and she's like telling her life experience, how she died and what she saw when she died. And they're like, we're going to go over here now. But bye.
I'm not the only one that realized who this is, right?
Yeah, it's Phoebe.
Who?
Phoebe.
No, it's not. It's Jenna Elfman. Dharma and Greg.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This has a lot of people that went on to do things.
Yeah.
A lot. I wasn't expecting that.
And then here's where they kind of split up, and Debbie says hey, I'm going to go talk to this person. And he's like, okay, I'm going to hang out. And then Paul finds him, and they're like, you're fucked up. This is fucked up. Okay, what the hell are we going to do? You know, because Debbie goes to find Amy. And then
Paul does a little Don Johnson, we'll say.
Okay.
Paul's always doing this.
Well, I mean,
Paul's doing coke in the bathroom.
Probably. I mean, he's a real estate agent in the 90s who grew up in the 80s. So,
but it also comes up later on about someone asking if you want to do coke.
Well, I mean, we already had one guy asked to do blow. Again, we're having another person asked to do blow later.
Yeah.
Right. So we already had one person. And then here comes Jenny Slater. Jenny Slater is like checking out Martin, saying he looks good. And Paul's like, hey, Jenny Slater. Hey, Jenny Slater. Hey, remember me, Jenny Slater? And she's like, I don't know who the fuck you are. She's like, nah, I don't remember you. He's like, I did your homework back. And he's like, oh, okay, I gotta go.
He does get blown off by Jenny Slater pretty badly.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
John Sergeant Red saying, I'm off to bed. Don't forget to bid on my drawers.
Draws or drawers?
You weren't in earlier, were you?
I heard some of it, but I didn't see it. We were busy doing stuff. Was it underwear?
No. It is the. He's gonna say something right now. It's from Trash. Okay. From I don't know. It's on Instagram.
Okay.
The underpants, yes.
Like I said, they're drawers.
But they're not. It's from a horror movie or from a thriller. I forget, like zombie movie.
It's like the instant underpants thing. Anyway, never mind. Yeah.
Trash's costume. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. From Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead. There we go.
Return of the Living Dead. That's it.
Okay.
3-star.
Sure.
Come on, I've been at this now for 12 fucking hours. All right.
All right, and then after Paul's looking for some validation, he's going to go chase after Jenny just a little bit longer. And guess who pops up? Terry pops up, and he's like freaking out, like he's on something serious, right? And so he shows him his piece, even though it doesn't have a trigger. I just, whatever. But he shows him the piece, and he's off. And he's like, okay, what the fuck? And he finds this girl who's got a baby. And he sits down and they have a nice little conversation. Under Pressure is playing by David Bowie. And she's all happy with her life, talking about it's in progress. And the baby's name is Robbie, played by two sisters. Anyway, that's funny. Anyway. And then they go back and forth. She's saying how great it is. You want to hold the kid. They make funny faces at each other, kind of bonding there for a second. And then Debbie sees him with the baby. And then she comes down and, there's Martin playing all daddy and all this stuff, being all funny. And then he's like, let's take some pictures. So he pulls out his spy camera. It's a spy camera. And he starts taking little pictures. Like, nobody has a camera like that. Come on.
Martin does. I'm sorry, Marvin does.
Marvin does, yeah. And so they take some pictures. And then we get Bob. Bob is the BMW salesman that sold Paul his car. And he comes in there and he's like, hey, DJ. And then he's like, remember me, Martin Blank? He says, or Martin. He says, "I'm drawing a blank." Ha ha ha. He's so funny.
This is what the high school prom king jock acts like. He still thinks popularity is a thing, and you've been graduated for 10 years.
Yep. This is why I didn't go back to my high school unions. But yeah, I mean, and he like kind of butts heads with him for a minute, and then he's off.
Yes, it is. It is Abraham, and he's the one who they bashed his head in first to throw you off that they were going to do the same thing to Glenn.
Yeah.
That was done specifically on purpose.
Yep. And so they call him Bobby Beamer. And he's like, "You want to do some blow?" He's like, "No." And then there goes Bobby to go try to dance with every woman. And then the women that are dancing over there are like, yeah, go away. Go away, Bobby Beamer.
Beamer.
That was Jenny. Jenny Slater says, "No, Bobby Beamer, go away." And they go up to the stands and they're looking down. I connect with this so much because this is kind of my personality is, take somebody that you're close to, your girlfriend, and you go up and you go do some people watching. Just have a nice little conversation while you're looking down and talking to each other. And then here's where the song "Let My Love Open the Door" comes in, right?
Yep. I mean, they nailed again. Like the soundtrack was awesome.
I mean, they nailed them all. And I know I'm missing some guys. Trust me, I know it. But these songs are great that they have through all there. But if you look down on the dance floor, you will see Paul and Jenny dancing, and Bob and Arlene Ocelot Joseph are dancing. If you follow that, and then they go for their dance. Yeah, see, there's Paul and Jenny.
Yep, I noticed that too.
Yeah, and then it's time to sneak off and go have some fun in the nurse's office.
Yeah, this is one of those like, really?
Hey,
you
I don't
money
know,
to get a hotel.
I mean, seriously, you just leave the party, you go to the hotel, whatever. I mean, what you do it in the freaking nurse's room? I mean, I don't know, but whatever. And then she says, wait, before that, smack.
Which I think we all can agree he deserved.
He absolutely deserved, and it's a long time coming, and I can't figure out why she didn't do it when they first saw each other, other than the fact that she was so shocked. She's like, how do I respond to this? And now she's finally like, okay, now we've had enough time. Now I can do this because we got to talk about this shit.
Yep.
And then Benny shows up. And then Arlene Ocelot Joseph is still there, even though she was just dancing over there with Bob. But anyway.
Multitasking,
yes. And then he picks out an ID out of random. He says, "Boy, you have changed." And there's Bob making a fool of himself on the dance floor because he's got too much cocaine in his system. And you got the wounded girl back there. And there's Arlene Ocelot Joseph over there. And there's Jenny Slater over there with Paul. So you can see everybody there. And then, man, they're just having a good time. And then here comes Bob. And Bob wants to fight.
And this is the greatest way to de-escalate.
Absolutely. I love this scene. Again, another one of those I love the scene moments.
I mean, him basically saying, I don't like, you created some conflict. I don't know what conflict you think we have.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in 10 years. Like, how can we still have a conflict? This is all in your head. And then he instantly regrets it as Bob breaks down.
He always like, I have words. It's like, this is the, what kind of conflict do you think we have here, Bob? Who do you think we are now? Right? And she's watching this whole time. She's like, what's going to happen here? I saw this happen. What's going on? And this is where he's got words. And then he's like, skip to the end. And he repeats the last couple lines. And he's like, it's great, man. They hug it out, and she goes off. And then there's Paul and Jenny and Arlene and Bob. He's like, he's going to run by his locker. The future is unwritten. Isn't that a Terminator?
If there's still a joint in there.
Yeah, I mean, clearly he found his old joint that's been there for over a decade. Right? Okay, sure. That's his old locker. He knew where it was. Okay. And then Benny comes out to attack. Okay. This is clearly John Cusack. Okay, so we have to talk about this for a second. Okay. If you don't know, John Cusack is a very accomplished martial artist. And he was working with Benny Rodriguez, right? Benny Rodriguez and John Cusack got together, and I would imagine they both choreographed this whole fight scene that's going to happen here because they knew what each other could do and where they could take it. Because you see this right here, and I'm like, okay, that's somebody who's actually had some kind of training, because you don't just do that. But I thought this right here too. I'm like, you can't just do that unless you have some level of training. And the fact to know that he actually did have training is awesome. But and then the pen comes out.
Did he have training with the pen though?
It's a tool, man. I know how to kill people with a pen. It's easy.
Yeah, you stab them with it. It's the same as with a knife.
It's a little different, but yes, similar enough, right?
Use the pokey side
and stick it in the bad guy, right? So he stabs him in the throat with a pen, and he's like, "Oh shit!"
And she comes around the corner, all happy, looking for him.
Yeah, and she's like, "What the fuck?"
Wait,
and she's gone. What?
Did he sheath the pen on the correct side, Matthew?
Well, he pulled it out from the correct side.
Okay, so we answered.
So it was on his left side, and he pulled it out from his left breast pocket into his right hand.
I wasn't the only one that asked it. Look, hides me. He was right as I said it.
and he pulls it out, he pops the cap, and he stabs the dude in the throat because he had it in his right hand, and it was in his left coat pocket. So yes, the pen was on the correct side as he pulled it out and stabbed the motherfucker. Okay, because that's the way it happens.
Matthew, at any point of the sword being sheathed on the wrong side, and any time that we've questioned you, have you ever said I shouldn't have said shit?
No, because I'm fucking right.
And there it is. Matthew was right.
Thank you. Donate for Toys for Tots. This is a great punk stream for you guys. We're almost through the end.
Wait, Ryan says, or Crow says, pens aren't even real. Relax.
No, ninjas aren't real. Pens clearly are. And there's a technique that you can do with a special nerve that makes a person open their mouth, inhale, and then they're dead. Right? And you can do this with a pen. You can do this with a machete, whatever. A little Filipino woman taught this to the Marines in World War II on little islands. And they taught them how to do it with machetes. And it's really simple. And that's how they killed a whole bunch of Japanese soldiers over there. I'm just saying.
Yeah. 3-star says he filed that lawsuit, you know.
I did, 3-star. You know I did. Damn swords on the wrong side. All right. And then we've got Paul. And Paul is like, hey, what's up? What's up? Where's our guy?
Where's our boy?
Where's our boy?
Which is really weird.
Well, I mean, they were like best friends in high school, and he's starting to reconnect with them. So he's like already engaged, and he's like, okay, my buddy's back. Right. And then he comes across this. Okay.
Glad no one else decided to wander the halls.
Yeah, no shit.
And that's a lot of blood that they cleaned up. All right.
Well, I mean, there should have been a lot more technically, but anyway. And this is
we all know that for a fact now.
Well, This is the point in which you know this man is your best friend because he is ride or die. Right? This is a ride or die moment right here. You come across this and you don't ask any fucking questions about anything. He's like, everybody's down here dancing, and he's rolling up a body. You're helping him roll up a body in a banner in a high school gymnasium.
They
right?
pull
In
the
a high
banner
school.
down.
They pull the banner down, believe and achieve, to help wrap this motherfucker up. And then they carry him down the stairs. And I love this part where they slide him down the railing. I'm like, fuck yeah, you're not going to waste your energy on this shit. Come on. You don't have a cart. Use what you got available and gravity, right?
Plus, he cleans up the floor with one of the banners.
Yep.
These aren't bounty towels.
No.
Banners are not very absorbent.
They're not going to take that blood up. I'm sorry. There's going to be a lot of blood left. I'm just saying. A lot.
But that would ruin the point of the story.
Hey, but who's going to notice? Who's going to care if you clean up enough of it? Nobody's going to notice. They get down to the furnace. Martin opens up the furnace. They shove the body in. Nobody's going to miss this. They're walking back, and Paul's like, silent. What the fuck is going on? Nobody's on the dance floor. It's late enough. Everybody's sitting around drunk off their butts, wondering what the hell are they doing here. And Paul's like, hello, my name is Paul. Who the fuck are you? And then he's like, I told you who I am. And so he kind of repeats it. And guess what song is playing?
I don't remember.
So before the fight scene started, sorry, this happened actually before the fight scene started, but it led into it. Dead Man's Party.
Oh, I would not have known the name.
Yeah. So, well, if you listen to the lyrics, the song is called Dead Man's Party.
The quicker picker up.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the lines in that song is, all my crimes are self-defense. Right? And then at this point, when they're walking back, it's 99 red balloons, which again, another illusion. If you know the lyrics,
I hate me ass. Was it the Sham Wow song? Okay.
But yeah, I mean, Paul is just like, what the fuck is going on? And then he's like, yeah, I told you what I do. This is what happened. And he attacked me. So I killed him. He says, and Martin's asking everybody, Ken, did you see Debbie? Eckhart, did you see Debbie? Right. And it's like, Paul, real estate. What do you do? If you see Debbie, tell her I'm sorry. And then he turns to the lawyer and says, thanks for the pen. Because it was really, truly useful. It saved his life, right? Because he didn't have his piece on him because he left it at the hotel.
I like the fact that they just go back.
Yeah.
Like they just go back to like, has anyone seen Debbie? Like Debbie's long gone.
Yeah, Debbie's long gone.
And the fact that Debbie didn't go to the cops is mind blowing to me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And then he calls the psych again and says, basically he fires his shrink. He says, I don't think you're being very helpful.
So was he working with a patient here?
Yes.
Okay. Because it almost looks like he's having an affair.
No, he was clearly having a conversation with a patient when this call came across, and the old school voicemails, right, was recording it and playing it live so you could hear what was being recorded. And he's saying, I really don't think this is working out for me. You're not helpful in any way. Take a deep breath and realize this is me firing you. So he's turning his language back on him. Right. And he's like, shut the damn machine off. I'm talking to somebody right now. I'm trying to, and she's sitting there crying her eyes out saying, great. My psychiatrist is a fucking loser. And I'm sitting here talking to him and my life is in shambles or whatever. whatever trauma she's going through. So her trauma just got amplified by this freaking conversation. And then he goes back to the hotel. He does some channel surfing. And then she pops in, right?
Yep.
And he's like, he was going to kill you, right? Yes. Not the other way around. No. Something you've done, something I do professionally for 5 years now. You were joking. Military psych profiles, morally flexible CIA, government work. And so they have this whole conversation. And again, another amazing conversation. I just love how this goes. Complicated ideology's bullshit. I did it because I like it. Basically, he confirms psychopath. No, psychos kill for no reason. I kill for money. That didn't sound right.
And again, like, this is where she tells him, like, you lied. And I'm going, no, he didn't. He technically never.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Every single one of you guys what he does. You just didn't believe him.
You didn't believe him. Yeah. And this is also where I get my philosophy is I believe everybody on face value. If they tell me something, then I'm going to believe that until proven otherwise. Or if I know that that's not actually true, right? If somebody tells me something, I'm going to be like, okay, all right, let's go.
As you should, until give you a reason not to believe it.
Right. He talks about his resume. It's complicated, lots of stuff. He wants to start over. He's rethinking his life. He's just going through the whole thing. And he's just, but I want to do this. I love you, and here's the secretary.
She's smoking a cigarette.
Pouring gasoline on every fucking thing. She's burning this shit down. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I gotta run for just a second. You want to play a commercial or whatever? Or I'll be right back.
All right. Let me find something.
Hold on.
Welcome back to Late Night with Mothman. Oh man, we've had such a crazy ride so far with all the amazing guests and shows that we've watched throughout the 36-hour stream. And I want to make sure you all know we gotta keep donating. We gotta keep getting them numbers. Skeletor, what are you doing here? Skeletor has come for the circle jerk. Ooh. Come again. That's the plan. Skeletor, I think you're confused. There's no this is a Late Night with Mothman, so I don't know what you're referring to. Man, Tony's Figs told me I could meet 4 bald men here for it. Skeletor will not leave until he's satisfied. Skeletor, I think you might be confused with the show that's called Circle of Jerks, and they're not on right now. Then they do a show like every something. I don't watch it. Fool! I promise you, Skeletor is not confused. Skeletor, I'm trying to tell you there's no circle jerk going on here right now.
I got this. Skeletors. What you're looking for it's back here in the back.
You
will be satisfied.
I don't even know what's happening anymore, guys. So maybe we just kick back to the 36-hour live stream, and y'all just keep donating money for Toys for Tots. Late Night with Mothman, I guess.
All right. And to all the guys showing up backstage, I know Ted's here. We'll be wrapping up real soon. We're gonna run just a little late, so
yeah. We were running about 30 minutes late, and then this takes a little bit longer than.
And I hit Mossman right as Ted, I think, showed up.
It's awesome.
It's the one he said it made him giggle.
Hey, Roman.
Yeah, he's loud right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lunchbox Killer jumping in here. All right.
What's up, guys? All right, good to see you. And he's telling her, left her something under the desk, and she's like, "What?" Left her a stack of cash, and he's like, "I'll find you later," and she's like, "You'll find me later?" And he's like, "No, not like that." And she's ecstatic because she's got some money to rebuild her life on afterwards, and he's trying to figure out what the fuck to do next. So of course he opens up the job details, looks over it, and he says, "Dumb fucking luck."
And they don't let us know.
Well,
but they don't show us. It's not they show the picture and you're like, oh crap,
They don't show the picture, but we see Dad jogging. And then we see a van pull up with a guy with a gun, and it's Grocer, right? And then we see Martin driving up, and he whips the car around, grabs Dad, pulls him in the car, and the van is chasing him down as they pull out of the way. And so he's like looking over this stuff as they're going through that. And he's like, it's my whole fucking life. And what does he say? He says, where is it? It says, basically he says, either I'm in love with your daughter or I've got newfound respect for life. Yep. And that's exactly what Grocer says. He says he's either in love with the daughter or he's got a newfound respect for life.
And I'm sorry, Grocer had more than enough time to shoot him.
Absolutely. Especially in this scene, right?
Yeah.
If he's pulling away, driving like this, the way they had the scene set up, the way he pulled in and the way they pulled out, there was all kinds of time for him to just shoot him right there. But yeah, Dad's like, this is my whole life. And he says, let's hope not. And then they get into the house. And Debbie comes down and says, what's going on? And they start having the conversation. And basically he's like, yeah, okay. This is the deal. They're after you. They're going to kill you. He's like, what? For my testimony? He's like, yeah, for your fucking testimony, dude. It's what I do. And he starts pleading his case, but then he starts blowing away guys at the door. Takes him upstairs. Goes to the kitchen. Gets some bullets shot at him, takes out some more guys. They try to run out of the house, find a dead guy right at the front door, and they're freaking out. And then all these guys come. There's Grocer and the other guys in the 80s outfits. Apparently he didn't get out of the 80s there. Chasing them down through the house, and they're ducking for cover. He's beating out the crap out of the guy with a frying pan. And they're watching him going, what the fuck? And then he's just telling them about work and what's going on, helping to protect them as guys are coming into the house as he's shooting them down, trying to explain things, trying to mend relationships while doing his job to protect them this time instead of assassinate them. She's pointing a gun right at him as he's trying to have a conversation with her, telling her, I love you, blah, blah, blah.
She doesn't know how to use it. She's like,
she doesn't know how to use it. So he just points the gun away from him and says, make this thing work. And he's like, okay. And he prepares it for her. And then Grocer comes out.
Okay, wait, Bob, before we go on quickly, can we say hi to Ken from Toy Connect? Ken's here. Hi, Ken.
Hey, Ken.
Hi, Ken.
What's up, Ken?
Hi, Ken.
We got to say hi,
hi
to
Ken.
Because otherwise we're going to get yelled at if we don't say hi to you. Hi, Ken. Ken. Hello, Ken. Are you there, Ken? Can you respond so we know that we said hello? So everybody knows. Okay.
We're just running a little late. So guys, just hang on.
And then there comes Grossman as they're shooting at each other. And then there's a thin wall between them here.
Very thin. Right? You can just shoot right through it, right?
You can shoot right through that damn wall, right? and they're reloading, and then Martin starts working a little something else. And here's the pitch. You got to have the pitch again about the union. Are there going to be meetings? Of course. No deal. Right? So fuck off with the meetings. And then as they're shooting at each other, the feds pop in, and Martin starts shooting. They start blowing them away. Grocer's shooting them. The feds are gone. They blew the feds away. But they're both out of ammo. Look at that face. I love it. So excited to be there. Guns are empty. Slides are pulled back. Nothing left. So guess what? Martin goes down. He starts filming with the TV. Grocer says, I'll sell you one for 100 G's. And so he throws the gun over the top. And he says, popcorn again.
Right.
As he gets the TV smashed on his head. Have you ever tried to smash one of these two
I was gonna
TVs
say
before?
That
I
glass.
They don't break like this.
Not on someone's head.
No.
Their head would crush.
Yes. Their head would
And
be completely
He's
flat.
not picking up a
damn thing.
TV that size and swinging it. Not that guy. If this was Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'd go, okay.
I don't know. I mean, that could be a 24-inch TV. If that's a 24-inch TV, a person of John Cusack's size could
Okay.
do that.
Just because he's tall, he's not a big muscular man.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because it's about core strength. And if that's a 24-inch TV, now if it's a 42-inch TV, we're talking that's probably too big, right? But look at the size. His arms are relatively close together. I think it's a possibility
It's
that
probably
he could
about
do that.
27, 25, 27.
Yeah,
All
okay, maybe.
Again.
Yeah.
And then what do we have here after he smashed it?
Ronnie Trickshot's got 24 inches. I call bullshit. I'm sorry, man.
And then what do we have here? We have the first skibidi.
There you go.
Took us this long to figure it out. This is where skibidi comes from. Fucking
Popcorn. And then they're laying next to each other, and he gets up. He's all covered in blood, but Grocer's dead. He's got a TV on his head. And he goes wandering up the stairs, bleeding all out, get out. He opens the door, and he gets shot at by his girlfriend as he dodges the bullets with the bloody doorknob there. And she's pointing the gun at him, and he's pleading his case, saying, "Will you marry me?" And Dad's like, "Yeah, I got my blessing."
the one thing we did miss, because I know we started speeding through it, was during the shootout, he explains why he left her at prom. He
Right.
sat there,
Yeah.
and he wanted to kill someone. And he chose to leave her so it would never basically turn on her.
Right.
And-
Well, he was
Yeah.
scared, right? He didn't know what life was going to bring him next, right? And so he just found security in the military. He got convinced by a recruiter, and bam,
Yeah.
he was there.
But we do get the reason why he left her there. So I'm glad that they did fill that in.
Yeah, and then it's like okay, we'll figure this out. He points the gun away, and she's like, "I gotta think about this shit," and he's like, "We're alive." And then here's the radio station, and it's on autoplay. We've got a recorded episode. Imagine that. Recorded episode, pre-recorded. Imagine we do that on YouTube sometimes, huh? And here we are taking pictures with a real camera, and he's driving while taking pictures, and then she's taking pictures, and they're driving out of town, and they're leaving this place saying, "We're off to our new lives." And there you go,
And
folks.
We're headed into Detroit.
Well, they got to get to the
But
airport.
you don't
right?
go that way. That's all I'm saying. Like, you don't drive through Detroit to get to the airport. You drive down to the expressway. The express will take you through Detroit. This, again, they are headed towards that magical line where you go from $5 million homes to the ghetto.
Maybe they just wanted to kill some more people.
They
I
might
don't know.
Again, no one knows this unless like. And again, I'm not complaining. I just have mentioned so many times about how there's this road Jefferson right on the lake that, you know, you go from $5 million homes, and I'm not kidding when I say $5-10 million homes to the ghetto. No, the ghetto has gotten better. It's not as bad, but it's like people have realized they haven't realized yet they can cross this magical line, this invisible line. So, and that's how it ends.
So, and this is the movie. And if you watched One Crazy Summer and Better Off Dead, those were his high school years. This is post high school. This is what happened to that character after high school. This is how I finished that character's story arc in my mind. I love this movie. The dialogue's amazing. When you the quick-wittedness, and when you catch the little references, and if you understand the dynamics of the mid 90s Michigan, Detroit, the car industry and what was happening there and what was going on. There's so many little gems in there. It's not just the scenery, it's the freaking dialogue that they so well in this movie, and how it feels like real people's responses to things, and how we interact with one another, how we tell the truth with lies, or how we lie to tell the truth, right? And to each other and to ourselves, and then how this person is processing all of the trauma that he had through his life in this adventure that he has here. I just think this was so well written. I love this
again,
movie.
like you mentioned the stuff about Detroit, and not everyone would know this, but someone that's from from the area, it's like the stuff they nailed, like they nailed it. And it's little things, right? It's little things that really don't matter. But I do think, like, when you're in an area, and that's what it's supposed to be about, when you have Detroit Rock City, it's not even filmed here. It has nothing to do with here. RoboCop's different because RoboCop's in the future, and it might as well be an alternate universe.
Well, yeah, and half of it was filmed in Dallas, and half of it was filmed in Ontario, right? So,
but I thought I really did enjoy it. I'm surprised I've never seen it before, but I probably would have watched it back then. I probably would have knocked everything.
Oh yeah.
But as you're older and you realize and you look at things, and it also takes me back to being like, yeah, that kind of fits. So, but I do need you to stick around while I go let someone outside.
All right.
So let's bring everyone on quickly. So next we have we're gonna do some wrestling talk.
Oh yeah.
So I'll bring Ted Darkclaw on. Let's remove this, Matthew.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Ted, thank you so much for the Moss Man commercial.
You are welcome. Thank you for liking them and not blocking me forever.
They're different than last year. I do have a complaint. There's no Dopey.
He's
I have a complaint. Moss Man didn't recognize Punks on Film or the Evening Blend. I mean, come on.
okay. So I was doing these recordings, and Lawrence was like, "Oh yeah, I'll get stuff to you later." So one of them, I literally just rattled off stuff from last year, and I was like, "I bet that'll be fine." And then I think the other two, I did have it, and I was recording, I completely blanked, and I was like, you know what, these takes are good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna redo this, but yeah, no, I had the list, and no, I was recording, and I forgot, and I said,
it's
not gonna call this. Lawrence was mad at me. He's like, "Where the fuck is my shit at?" And I'm like, Lawrence, I'm gonna get it to you Friday at freaking 11:59.
I lied down to go to sleep last night and went, fuck, I forgot to give these slides.
I tell you, Ted, I mean, that Moss Man promo is awesome. I love the money jacket that he's wearing from that wrestler. The whole thing is hilarious. I love it. It's great.
Thank you. We wanted to step it up from last year. I wanted to try a little bit harder. And the late night with Mossman was, it's been a working thing for a while, and I'd never actually done it. I was going to do the initial one with me, but I was like, well, I got to do these Lawrence videos, so might as well just do a rough pilot and see how the people react to it. But yes, thank you, and thank you to everybody who commented on it.
All right, next up, we're gonna bring. If the guy didn't put some douchebag belt on him, he would have got brought out sooner. But Legend series, hey, you don't have a douchebag belt.
Let's go, man.
Thank you for. I know it's late. And again, I did not take it personally. If you thought that I did last week, so like, man, they're putting.
Ain't
on, like,
no better way to put people to sleep than to talk pro wrestling at 1 a.m. But
you're absolutely correct, because everyone's like, "Oh, I love it." That's how like Punk's on film started. Everyone wanted to talk about it, and then nobody wanted to talk about it.
That's how it works.
Man, I mean, I will tell you that everybody was begging for it and saying we should do this, we should do that, we should do all these other things, and we started doing them, and then people didn't show up. I'm like,
I want to
do this.
That's usually how it works, man. They say, yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys put together. And then, something came up. I don't know what happened.
So the term begging for it, you nailed it. Oh, you need to do this. And you're like, okay, all right, cool. Like, we came up with a plan. We did all this. And then, like, 7 people show up. And I'm like, dude, I just fucking put out, like, 5 hours worth of work. Not including the strike.
5 hours. Fuck you, dude. I had to watch that shit on slow-mo practically to get the slides, to get the commentary. Man, it takes a lot to do this shit. And if you've never done it before, you don't understand, because you have to watch it, you have to know it, and then you have to go back and rewatch it and understand it and pull the shit out, and then pull the shit out that you want to show people as you're going through it. And it's a lot of work, and I love it. But if people aren't engaged with it, I'm not gonna continue to do it, which is what happened.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because I think it's a lot of fun to do it.
And it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. It's one thing when you talk about it for 10 minutes, when you actually go through a whole breakdown. And we find this out when I do, the TV terminal with Adam. The same thing. People will be like, "You guys really overanalyzing." It's like, yeah, that's the whole fucking reason why you're watching the damn show. We tell you that's what we're doing. Like, so.
It's a complete breakdown of the movies, I assume, right?
Yeah, like we do TV shows before, and then when they come out, we drop the episode.
Yeah. It's like, we're not going to pause like Mahler, but we're pretty darn close.
So we'll bring out this. I don't know why he wants to be like the douchiest wrestler ever, but this guy. The fact that he really believes that he's the Canadian hero. This is your Canadian hero. I'm sorry. Hi, Ted.
Oh, what a great sound. What a great way to kick off this particular segment. This isn't a promo, by the way. I was just literally getting into douchebag character in Canadian mode, and I can't get these shades. But sorry, was that all? Was that all we needed to do? So, like, are you going to dismiss me now?
No, you're
like, we have a topic.
No, Ken, you have to acknowledge that we said hi to you. Did we say hi to you?
Let me scroll back up in the chat. Oh, but you would have said it to me on camera.
On camera. Well, yeah, that's true.
No, you did say it on camera, so I do remember that, even though I was wearing pink shades at the time that were apparently covering my ears as well. Yeah. So wrestling, and it might be 1 a.m. in the morning in some places of the world, but it's 10 p.m. here on the West Coast, which is kind of nice.
Don't rub it in.
No, some people are falling asleep. This is water, not coffee. I don't even need coffee to stay awake on this one.
So, Matthew, I need you to chat with them while I go let Roman out, because I already know it's not going to make it through this. So, you're cool with sticking around for a few minutes while I go do this?
Yeah, gotcha.
All right, I'll be right back, guys. Then we can talk wrestling. And you guys know the topic: greatest wrestlers that never won the WWF WWE. If I say WWE, someone's like, they won the WWE. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
That's happened to me before.
Yes, or WCW title.
It only counts. I guess it only counts if it actually defended around the world. Is basically what you're saying.
In one of those two promotions,
the ECW championship does not count.
Yes.
Okay.
But again,
sure. All right.
Listen, we're not getting paid for this, so we can change the parameters of what we're talking about at any time. I am not kicking anyone off if they say someone, I'm like, no, that doesn't count. You're out. All right, I'll be right back.
Good lunch. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
I'm totally going to go back and play that part where I come on camera and see whether you all laughed or not, because if you all sat there awkwardly, I'm going to be really embarrassed and never do that again.
Hey, man, don't be that Canadian. Come on, just roll with it.
All right.
It's good. It's good to see you, Ted. It's been a while, bro.
Yeah, I've things have been crazy, and then not having Aaron around is has been challenging, and I just don't want to stream alone, I guess. So yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Speaking of streams, there's a lot of people on the comments saying that the stream is choppy. I don't know if it's the audio.
Is it? I see one comment.
Well, I noticed Punk was a little choppy a
Yeah.
minute ago. I didn't know if that was continuing.
It is multiple people.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on, but just figure out you guys know.
Yeah, it was choppy when I was watching from YouTube.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
12:30, but I thought that was me as well. So I don't know.
Yeah, I plugged my microphone in 3 different times just to make sure, because I heard the choppiness and I thought it was me on my end.
Hopefully that doesn't continue. Stu for lunch. Thank you. Kids, Davey Boy Smith was the WCW champ. So, all right, man.
He was not.
Thank you.
He was. I think he's asking you a question.
Yeah, he was not. Davey Boy is on my list, actually. I have like a list of 14 guys here that I thought were like
Somebody came prepped. I burned everything out in the entrance like an all.
He told me like a week ago, 2 weeks ago about this, and as soon as he did that, I made a list right off the top of my head. I was 14. I mean, there's a few of them. Like I said, like I have a one guy. He won the ECW title, but he said world title, and I immediately was assuming like the NWA or the WWE title.
That's what I'm wondering about as well, because he specifically said WCW and WWE.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a few in there that are kind of in that gray zone because it's neither one of those promotions.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, but we'll dive into it.
Yeah.
Well, didn't the WCW title get merged with the NWA title?
NWA World title, yeah, pretty much.
So that lineage would count, right?
Did it though? I thought that the WCW, the big gold belt, became WCW's big gold belt, but I don't know if that lineage is the same.
It's not anymore, because now they're recognized as 2 separate entities, because Billy Corgan owns NWA and obviously WWE owns WCW now.
That's what I was wondering, because I was just talking to a friend here before I jumped on to ask, like, hey, I could probably name Harley Race, can't I? Because technically it's NWA, not WCW. It's like, that depends on which lineage you're following.
Yeah.
It's like, damn. So
he was a pretty damn good champion too, Harley Race. So I think that he would count as a world champ for sure.
If you're going
to recognize the history of NWA, which I think you should, then he should definitely be recognized as a former world champion for sure.
That's what I mean. Is are we counting it as WCW's lineage or not?
Yeah.
Right? Because the misconception is that WCW was formed out of the NWA. NWA became WCW. But to be subtle, like the subtle truth is that it's really Jim Crockett Promotions.
That's a lot of people tend to forget.
And that's why I'm wondering, how does the belt lineage work in that case, right? So it becomes a question of who was the first WCW champion. That's really the question.
Because a lot of people tend to get that mixed up. They think that it was the NWA that went to WCW, and it really wasn't. It was Crockett Promotions that was purchased by Ted Turner and turned to world championship.
So Ric Flair was apparently the first recognized WCW world champion.
Yeah.
But did he win that, or was he already holding the NWA's title?
Jesus Christ, Ric Flair had the title so many times that it's hard to tell. I mean,
Yeah.
I think he was just the champion at the time when Crockett sold, and they just recognized him as their world champion at that point.
Yeah. So
they're saying that Ted's the chopper, but like I don't think it mattered. I think everybody was choppy.
Yeah.
Because I was same boat as Ted. I was watching him like around 12:30, and I was very choppy.
Yeah, I don't
Go
see
ahead,
anything on here that talks about the feed. I don't know if Pump can see it better than I can, but I'm not seeing anything that's saying that the feed is slowing down or something. But
I don't even think it's the feed. I think it's the audio.
well,
It's just like the audio was choppy. That's it. The cameras and everything like that.
okay.
I wonder if it's like all of YouTube. I'm gonna see if there's another live somewhere going on and see if it's having the same issue. Maybe it might just be a YouTube thing.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too, is because everybody was saying that it appears to be the feed, not the mics or anything like that. So I don't know.
So what's going on?
Can you see if there's a feed integrity, if there's any disruption in the feed? I don't know where that is. I haven't seen that.
I don't see anything on mine. Like normally at the top, it
Okay.
would tell me if there's not a strong signal. Why?
Yeah.
What are you guys noticing?
Everybody's saying that the audio is choppy on YouTube.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not sharing that screen anymore. It's no longer on there, so that's not taking up any data on anything. I don't know if that was part of it or not. I don't know if it's cleared up since then, but if it has, maybe it was the data from sharing screen. I don't know.
That can at times, but I know like right now. I mean, first off, my son's not here.
I've got storms in my area, so I don't know. I wouldn't put it past it being my area, but the storms sound like they have actually passed by now. But so they were through the entire Punk-A-Thon film. The storm was raging, and now that we're done with it, the storms are past. So.
So
Yeah,
So how do we start this? Just
I don't know. We're gonna
yeah.
talk about wrestling and the title. I think we're
All right, guys. I love you. I love you. I don't know anything about this topic.
No one does.
Hail Roddy Piper. Hail Roddy Piper. Good night.
take care, Matson. Have a good one.
Ironically, Piper's on that list.
So
I think he's the obvious one on that list. I think we all have Piper on our list.
Yeah, for sure. He was, I mean,
sorry, I'm trying to. I'm supposed to sit over.
Oh,
slides.
We're gonna get rid of Matthew. Yeah, I don't know if there's any issues with. I know anytime that I would move shit, it gets all jittery. So it just I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to say I needed better internet because I really shouldn't. Matthew's saying yeah, it is choppy. I don't know why. We shouldn't have any issues. Hold on. Yeah, if I'm watching it over here, it's so normally it's on my end, but I don't see any issues with it.
well, I hopped over to Radnom's stream. I didn't know he shaved his freaking beard off, so I was really confused what I was looking at.
Alright.
But his stream seems to be fine.
So
This has happened to me before, though. Like when I was streaming LSWA, a couple of times I've had some audio issues, and it's just sometimes you just gotta. It sucks, but you just gotta like deal with it because the only way to fix it is essentially to stop the stream and start it over.
yeah, I wonder
That's
if
what I've done. That's what I've
if
noticed.
I drop out of because if I drop out of the stream, and I restart. Well, I don't have to end the stream, but if I just stop it and bring it back up, it may kick back on. And
So you want to bow out, like, is that what you're saying?
yeah, you guys can just stay
as the
here.
host.
Here, let's hear. I'm going to remove everything. I'm going to restart it, and then you guys don't have anything else to do at 1 a.m. do you? 1:30? We're already starting late.
I think I'm pretty clear.
All right, hold on. I'm going to remove you guys, bring you back on. We'll see what happens.
Live from Eternia, it's Late Night with Mossman, with special guest, a punk with toys, musical guest, creepy guy from the back alley, coming to you from the abandoned bar studio, Mossman.
Thank you. Oh, wow. What a crowd tonight. Welcome to Late Night with Mothman. A slightly sticky bar that 100% totally passed a health inspection. I'm thrilled to be a part of Punk with Toys, 36-hour Toys for Tots fundraiser. 6 hours. Oh, that's longer than most of my relationships. So, big news, I just adopted a little kitten. Yeah, I named him Pedro Pascal because he stars in every situation around my house. I'm always like, Pedro, stop getting into that. Man, you gotta get away for a little bit. He's like the Mandalorian of mischief. This is the way into my sock drawer. And speaking of toys, yeah, he's closing in on 8K subs. That's huge. It proves that anybody can build a great channel until you put Mothman clips all over your show. So, but we probably already lost him 50.
All right, is it choppy for you guys watching that?
On StreamYard, it's fine, maybe because we're on a different feed.
I know,
Yeah,
but
StreamYard is fine.
Because I can definitely see it over here. As I was trying to watch it, I can see how choppy it is. So I don't know if I have to restart and do a whole nother stream.
Do you want to start setting that up, and we'll all just pop out?
I don't really want to. I just have to resend out. I just have to resend everything out. So I will, motherfucker. I'm gonna end the stream and then I'm gonna restart the other one. So we'll just have to create. I'll have to create another one later. Hopefully that's all that it is. So we're gonna end this, and then whatever is number 3, that's the one we're gonna go to. Sound good to all 32 people watching? Okay. I'll see you guys. Thank you guys for dealing.
Just drop the link in the chat too.
I don't have it.
I know. What if?
No, I already have one ready for the next leg.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But not for everyone else. They just have to follow the channel. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna send this to you guys. All right.
Yeah.
And it. Where did I give it to you guys before?
Punk-A-Thon Part 2 was where you left
Okay.
it. Was where you left it in the chat.
I'll
there.
try and drop it there. So give me a second. And we're ending